Kaboom! Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to my microphone. Kind of far from me, you know. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 368. It has been a while. I just let everybody who is hearing my voice and seeing my face, you are okay, along with your friends, your family. And I'm bringing in my co-host. I think she should here, so. Hold on, you mean what?
I don't know.
Yeah, man, talk it up, Baba boy.
Good night, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. Been a while, but we're here nonetheless. I hope you're tuned in to have, as the intro said, a frank and open discussion. Good night to everyone.
Some people don't love that, you know.
Frank discussion?
They don't
Really?
like that. If you know, so what them want to hear, they don't love the discussion. But yeah, peeps, we're there. Personally, I shouldn't watch the stream. Them that watch the stream now, I know, so I can't take no call, you know. You understand? Go watch the stream. Yeah, peace. Big up on yourself. We're there. We're there, yeah. Mama and Papa. So take your hand from your jaw. A whole heap of things go on in our country since them time then. You understand what I say? A whole heap of foolishness. We know that the situation concerning Donnelly's case, the police officer, Noel Maitland, I think his name is, has been charged with murder. The young lady's body has still not been found. The policeman's baby mother, she has not been pursued as a what you call that? As a suspect in the case, as social media tried her and convicted her in the early stages of the situation. And the police officer, he was taken to court, and I think an application was made for bail or recommend, or it was suggested that come really like I've been doing many other things. There was a public outcry saying even if you get no bail,
He shouldn't get any bail.
yeah, but you know it's funny because I remember my mic there. See if I can get this closer to me. I change my monitor, man, and it's bigger, so I not get
Oh yeah. You told me you were doing that.
So
There's somebody like Amir.
then I couldn't nobody else. No most of him.
Oh, I'm thinking he's on the road.
Can do. No. Oh yeah, he did for do that, but he nobody do that.
Oh.
You understand? So look a bit too close. So. Mic check 1. I need to do some adjustments with this. Yes. You know, funny enough, I remember when former Attorney General, now Minister of Constitutional Affairs and something.
Oh,
said yes, that there will be amendments to the
Bail Act.
To the Bail Act. The outcry was great. You understand what I say? You know, but it's I don't know.
But why are you surprised? We have always said that we want
conditional justice. So it's
But you know, from then, my opinion has always been based on the nature of the crime. You may or may not get bail.
It is up to the discretion of the judge, weighing all the circumstances and such.
Correct.
Yeah, man. So you know, the justice system corrupt, and the lawyer as well within his right to seek bail for his client. You know.
To seek bail.
But,
Then I would a liar and not try to get bail to me.
Some things just annoy me. Just to be honest with you, I tell you the truth. So sometimes I don't bother with the talking.
But
you
sir,
understand?
be
Because
honest. could you hire a lawyer regardless of how horrific the crime is that you committed, and him not try to get bail for you?
Apparently, some people don't deserve bail. Yeah, son.
No, we're not disputing that, you
No,
know.
no, I'm just
Because,
saying in general, that is a general sentiment.
no, man, if you hire a lawyer, your lawyer is to defend you to the fullest extent. So it's all right for your lawyer to ask for anything for the client. But then again, as we said, the judge will weigh everything and then decide if they really deserve bail.
So that's a one. As I said, sadly for the family, they haven't yet gotten any closure because the young lady's body has not been recovered. I mean, that must be rough. You understand?
Have to be.
I can just imagine how, you know. But as I said, it is.
I think
Go ahead.
the other, what's her name? The Yule one, Jasmine Dean.
Right.
Like her father said something, I think recently they got some award for parent something. And he's saying that,
Really?
yeah man,
The
there was
camera
some
just
award
shifts.
given
So
out.
whatever you put
Yeah,
on that
sorry.
foot, it go on. Fix yourself.
But like he was
Take care
he
of
was
screen.
saying, oh good. He was saying that every day, every time the phone rings, he's wondering if it's a call that will say she's at X place or.
Mm.
But it's like every day he's still in anticipation.
As I said, Jasmine Dean, I think Nationwide did a expose on it. I suppose they got award for that story. I think I see that somewhere. And these things, yeah. I don't know, yeah. I don't. And let me say this again. As I said, people feelings good as earth tonight. Well, that's alright. Also, for the people who everything the police do and you hear, oh, go look for Jasmine Dean and go look for Donnelly, you know shut up. You know, nine. And let me tell you why. It's very unfortunate, the situation with both young ladies. It really is. But it's like the police should just stop everything and drop everything for 2 cases and people still are die around here. You know, nine. You understand? I kind of hurt people feelings tonight. Because a lot of things just kind of rub me the wrong way still. I understand, the call for wanting closure and justice. But there are other families out there who are suffering to who may not have gotten the publicity that some of the other cases have gotten. And they are
That's
grieving
right.
too. You understand? So, sure.
But sir, as we have always said, that sometimes we are led by our emotions. And I think this is just one such time that we allow our emotions to pull us, and in allowing the emotions to pull us, oftentimes the utterances aren't too sensible
Next thing.
because
Go
other
ahead.
things are happening, in the country that the
Yep.
police will have to attend to.
Mr. Police all find gun and find wanted man, and the general comment in the comment section is I don't know. Next
So
thing.
you're not paying that no man.
We live in a country where everything was skin with teeth. And we enable some foolishness and some fools out here. I
Correct.
saw where the quadruple the cocoa piece situation where the mother and her
Carry on.
4 children were killed. See? And Mr. L.A. Lewis go down there. Go sit down up with part of the family people them for the, and them have to negotiate with L.A. Lewis. You understand? Because we make L.A. Lewis feel like him as somebody and feel important. If I did my family, I kick him down out of the church. I tell us I'm not want to punches tonight, and I just come to beat some people. You understand? But because everything L.A. Lewis do was skin with teeth and yeah, Ray. So him feel entitled. The people are grieving, and you go down there and people have to negotiate with you if you get up. I should have my family. One kick him out of the church.
It's always funny until it is not.
And enough of we fall because everything we do, everything some fools about here, we highlight it and we celebrate it and we share it. You understand what I'm saying? And them things that happen to someone.
But there's a time and place for everything.
Brother, me say,
When, where, and how.
the Empress and the youth them should have a family member like a me. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a
But
when we're on
everything
home.
is funny. Everything funny and every foolishness we
And
highlight
in
and we,
that and in that moment it is not funny.
brother, me sit down, you know, me see it, you know. And me I say, yo, me just laugh and shake me, you know, because I say, you see,
In that moment it's not funny no matter.
don't you know if you're frightened still, you know. You understand?
Alright,
The
because
family
it's when
members
it's
are asking
grieving.
you to leave. The church is asking, members of the clergy, they're asking you to leave. And then you have got here say it is a political thing. I must say, wait. Something is wrong. You
Yeah,
understand?
let me ask. Let me
Eh,
ask you.
I must say, what the brother name? Minister of Information brother there?
Who that?
Not to remember the name, you know. Robert Morgan.
Nesta.
Bob's, yes. At them, because of, yeah, I say, man, if you know yourself and know the place. But because we find everything funny and we make every fool feel important, but yeah, at them something if happen to somehow. You understand what I say? You don't know, so when me come for talk, I don't really business with the he, she, nor the old lady, you know. So, I know some people are go up in them feelings. I feel
But
like more,
they would say it's political.
I feel like more and change on my microphone because I think I get the audio I want out of this. But that's too much. The next mic up is still. Yeah, man. Some of us run through some things before me get into some things, you know. What next go on, Mr. About ya? I say, one done on this poll though. Fix up yourself, boy. Yeah, all bored. Take your time and fix up. Just go and talk.
Alright, yeah.
You look like a job in our wall. Me see, Gleaner or RGR group commissioned Dan Anderson poll that said that the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police, 90 and 93 and 94% of the population has no confidence in their ability to stem the tide of crime in this country. Me not, them not have to do that poll if me know that. For me couldn't tell them that. You understand what I say? Like yo, you think still don't fix good moment. You not see you not see well enough?
I can't.
You understand what I say? So me never have to sit down and disappoint. Like crime is at us, Scotty, as before the last couple of streams we did. Teach for no, me not forget, you know.
Murder
It's
and a
just that
kill in a them, man.
I had done some modifications to my setup, change out the monitors and stuff. So the one I look on now bigger than the one before. So I make the mic come as close as it used to come before. I mean I really want the mic in the shot either. You understand? So that is the next thing right there. So I don't know. So I don't forget, man. Not change of the teacher, so I see him, man. You understand? So I don't want the mic in a shot. So when Scotty start out her life, I put her up on the screen and get
Start out your life.
get the next microphone to put right in front of you so they can hear me better. See, so no confidence in the security minister, the minister of insecurities. I mean that is like everybody.
Only fair?
Yeah, I mean the crime situation is Scotty. What else you couldn't have in him? You understand? The commissioner,
A glimmer of hope.
a glimmer of hope. And to be honest, I think some reform are taking place within the JCF, you know. But because the crime situation is as such and because so many police officers are getting caught in corruption and criminality, and the Donnelly situation kind of help compound the sentiments of the public, the negative sentiments of the police force, perception of the police force. So I suppose all of them look at things. But the situation rough, man, so I never expect nothing different. You understand? What I hope though is that the situation can be so changed in the short term, in the interim, that so many murders not take place. I mean, the truth of the matter is that in the short term, then you have to start short, then medium, then long term. Then you think you can go long term first. Zine, me ask you something, you throw me up. Very distracting. You understand what I say? And things. So, no. I don't know.
They just don't know.
I see a little thing where say, they must try to screech about George Wright over in a Jamaica Labour Party. And I see people like us. First thing first, I'm telling you something. Like, George Wright never did really left the party, like say. They may not think so. You understand? It's just a matter. Then they say no happen, then they say it a happen. I would be very surprised. Let me put it this way: if George Wright is not contending the next general election and the Jamaica Labour Party stick it, I would be very surprised. You understand? I said so. Politicians politicking. Lisa Anna has announced that she will be stepping down from representational politics at the end of this electoral cycle, and a lot of things has been said, and apparently she has lost the confidence of her constituents.
Really?
Especially the executive, yeah man. A whole heap of little things going down there, you know. From one time, from one long little part of Festin. When I say Lisa Anna basically barely hold on the seats, you know, brother.
No man, I know that
All
she
right,
barely
put it this
speaks.
way. You see the brother with the contest the seat first,
Or
we
if him
breach the
never
COVID
breach,
protocol, he would then win. You understand what I say?
Okay. Okay.
Based on my assessment of the situation. Because if them change the candidate, and the people that say they don't want a candidate there, and Lisa win by about 1 vote, said we, then it suggests to me, indicate to me, say, big up to the people that are at the place, you know, KD Vibes and Irvin and Cheryl Lee and Richie and all of the people, I mean, Rosie, I just cuss some people first. I soon talk to them. You understand what I say? And them things there. So, more disunity in the party apparently, because, you know, from internal elections and them something. Because I'm sure if Lisa had won the presidential seat in the PNP, she would not have been walking away from representational politics. Either.
No.
So, I suppose the PNP is still treating with internal squabbles and wobbles, and we'll see. I saw an article a few weeks ago where Mark Golding said that he believes the Jamaican people the Jamaican population is ready for him.
Ready for it.
I read it. I do. Right now, the Jamaican population ready for peace and prosperity. Is that me thing? You understand what I say? And politicians, me not think factor in that. Well, yeah, can't say. Yeah, so what else go on and what me think me need to talk about it? Enough things going on, man. It's just happening some things. Eh? Since the last time we stream. June 22 last time we stream, you know?
June?
July 22.
Oh.
You know what July we are talking about, man. They're almost 1 month and it's your fault, but we're not getting
No,
that right
that's
now.
not true. That is not true.
We don't need to go down this road right now. We don't tell the people them want to go on.
And me don't take my stand say it's not true, you're lying.
You see me? Me not tell lie, brother.
You just start going to bust.
Two things people can't tell us. He's a liar and say me trouble people. Then they lie them for me. You understand? What else go on? Yeah, the monkeypox situation, you know. So you know in the streets. What else go on? Let me see. My customer everybody already?
Yeah. So you're not tracing mode.
Oh, a couple things so. The emancipation celebration stuff. There are a couple things we go on we kind of leave a little bit of taste in my mouth, right? One, there was an event where, you know, like a rubber dub with the DJs them from them time there. That was so I could have organized that better. You understand?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like then just dash something on the wall and hope to sit and stick. It was poorly organized and thing and also dancehall go. You understand? Original dancehall Thursday is more organized. Peter run off that better than how they run off for them. You understand what I say? Major
Metro.
Next thing, the Grand Gala thing there. I'm streaming it, you know, so I watch it. You understand?
What happened at Grand Gala? I thought it was good.
People say it was good. I mean, for me, we have had 60
What
years to prepare
says
for
you?
this. It was lacking in many respects. See, in an aspect. You understand? And the end of it, where them have one band, must say, for the great Barrington Levy.
Oh yeah, you said that much to me about that aspect of it.
I don't know, yeah, man. Some little things rub me wrong with. I can't judge them on everything, because we never watch all of the things. Them like the Festival Queen and the Festival Song, them and them something and then sitting there. But them two things there, you understand? I watch look like Mellow Garon. Mellow Garon was alright, and now I pressure them on that. But I don't know. I don't know. And they awarded Sanchez, which is good, and Mr.
Morgan.
Derek Morgan,
Derek.
very deserving. Yeah, so I say, but says we can't do better. 60 years we have planned this, you know. We have had 60 years
The plan.
experience under our belt.
COVID show up the planning, man.
Brother, you better you not keep it then. If you keep it then blame COVID. This is a celebration of our, well, I guess, and then many people tell us we are not independent. But we're not getting into that right now. That is neither here nor there. The organization left a lot to be desired.
You're saying that it could have been organized
it
a
should,
little better.
no, could have, it should have. You understand? And I'm sure a lot of money was spent. You understand what I say? Oh, one next thing is we can about a lot of money. The $48 million that was spent for the candidacy of Kamina Johnson-Smith for Commonwealth Secretary General. You know, there was a lot of discussion around that. You know, funny enough about that something still. For me personally, I don't have an issue with her contesting the thing. It's neither here nor there for me. I tell you the truth what God love. A lot of private people sponsor something. So some political things that go on. I think it was turned into a political football. And I think she becoming Secretary General of the Common, I don't even know how it will benefit we. But I mean, it's Jamaican name when I call. You understand what I say? So, I don't understand. Let me even to get into that. Because politics is not for me. I get out. You see? So, make it so monkeypox thing now. Because that's something there. Monkeypox is here now. And apparently many people are not scared. Because you are going do kind of the notion is going around is that monkeypox is a homosexual thing. You understand? And is you have to be gay if you catch it. See, me not think that's how you go still. So, me I take the opportunity to kind of share some info because we have a habit to take certain things as joke around here. You understand? And by the time you know, boom, all the way have monkeypox. You understand? So, don't make same mistakes with monkeypox. Authorities urge to apply HIV lessons to avoid stigmatization and the runaway spread of the virus. So the local transmission, look at me that change my mind. Of Jamaica's third case of monkeypox, we have more than that now? Because the article about a week or so old enough. Has increased the fear among members of the LGBTQ community, in particular men who have sex with men, that there could be a severe backlash on the local gay community if action is not taken to sensitize Jamaican populace of the disease. They want the message to be stronger that monkeypox is not a gay disease. I think Tufton did do a release about that.
Yeah, man, it did.
You understand? And they didn't like it. In spite of the WHO stating that 98% of the global cases were men who engage in sexual activity with the same gender. That was some good still, what say. You understand? Since
Who never like it?
Some people.
Okay.
Like, I mean, with anything, you'll have people who are for and against perspective and opinions, whether facts or fiction, you know what I mean? Since early May, more than 23,000 cases of monkeypox have been reported in 78 countries, blah, blah, blah. There's something there. Let me find things. Right, so, the long and short, I'm going to go to you all, this long. So, despite the fact that majority of the cases confirmed thus far across the globe, why figure say, because I don't want to lie for nobody about it, and a teacher must spread false information, you know. Because people don't stay good about it, you know. See? Our 98% of the cases so far have been confirmed among men who have sex with men. You understand?
98?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Or 90. See me I look for me can't find, you know. 98
Me
man,
can't
yeah
see.
man. No 9 or 8. You understand? And my favorite number, you know that, you know, I love that. You know have a favorite number?
No.
8 is my
Two.
favorite number. 2 your favorite number? Good luck with that. 8 is my favorite number.
Eh.
Yeah man, it's sexy.
Right, leave it at that.
You never look on 8 yet.
Leave it at that.
And plus, 8th of November my birthday, so it's a two-fold thing. You
Right,
understand?
I'll accept that.
8 is a sexiest number, man. Think about it. And Q are my favorite letter.
That's sexy too.
Q sexy. You understand?
Okay. Alright, do you think?
You have to know these things, you know. No, sir. So that are the situation. But Jamaicans and a whole, where I think we are not as homophobic as we once were.
We think we are.
I think we are more tolerant to certain things now.
We are.
In some areas, we are even more accommodating and receptive to.
And accepting.
Yeah, and accepting. But I think there are still segments of the society that's a no-no. You understand what I say? And imagine, you know, you catch monkeypox. You go here say, you think not straight. That rough and brother.
No, and when I heard it, I remember I expressed to you that it was most concerning because the fact that it is not factual, what it does, it offers false hope, complacency. So you said to yourself, oh, well, I'm not a member of that community, then I'm safe and you aren't.
But what you know now, I got edify some man on some things, you know, okay? Brother, them go like this. You have many men out there who are having sexual relations with other men who are having sexual relations with women.
With women.
As a matter of fact, you have many married, I don't know many, but I've known cases where married men who live a yard with their wife and children have been known to be having sex with men out the street. You understand what I say? So don't feel like certain things can reach around to you. Because...
And you can't swear to anybody these days.
But sometimes I must hear a woman because you know what thing good.
No.
So, yeah, I can be a next man woman. Or a next man woman.
You can cross the line.
It in cross straight. You understand? It in,
For lack of a better word.
It in cross straight up. You understand? And the cross straight never good like. You understand?
Yeah.
Make pipe leak and then sit there. Flood
And threading wear out when the cross thread through, they can bite it out. That's why that's a problem.
Why? So the man them and there talk about is a gay thing. Remember say you have some man about here where? They want
Just
play
know
about
that anybody.
Right, but me I tell you say. Eh?
Like them
Like
play
you say you play about it.
Yeah, play about it.
So it's rough about here. But as me I say, we are going to play, we are going like we want to play around with that sitting until boom say, all we got monkey, all we gay. You understand? Guys, all we going to catch it. Then I say, where I go.
But I like the step out to say, be careful of how we look at it and how HIV turned out.
People, no wise up here, sir. The sex worker, them say them not scared of monkeypox now, you know. So them is the next one, sir. So sex workers who use the infamous Port Henderson Road back road like in Portmore, St. Catherine, said they are not perturbed by monkeypox, even though a person can contract the virus by having sex with an individual who is infected. And these things. Boom, boom, boom. So the WHO has declared monkeypox as a global health emergency and has advised persons to reduce the number of sex partners in order to avoid contracting. That way
You hear that?
What do you mean?
No, that's good advice.
Eh?
That's good advice.
Me not
To
even have,
reduce.
me not even have
reduce
stove in
sex.
a brother. A coal stove me I use in a brother. You understand? You ever see a coal stove join it?
Yeah, man.
Nah man, the coal stove there. And a real coal stove. Coal stove, you look at easy, you take up one place you put pot, you know where they pot. You understand? You hear that?
Right.
Say you
reduce
must
sexual
reduce,
partner?
right.
In order to reduce, that suggests that they are one or more. Correct?
No, you ask me, so me I ask you.
Correct.
So me just ask you if you're here.
Oh, yes, man. Loud and clear.
We are look out for you, you know. You
have
understand?
to.
So the disease can cause symptoms including a rash and the blisters and they spread through close contact.
Have
But
you
the
seen
lady...
any?
What do you mean?
You see any other cases?
No.
Like, trust
Me
me.
no walk around and search that, miss.
No, man. You don't have to search.
Me work with
because
chicken. Me say chicken pox. It's not far from that.
It looks horrible.
You far from chicken pox? You ever get chicken pox?
No, so me now gonna catch things.
You know, my name plan for catch at night about say Sheldon did have it. I don't know where I go catch it from.
Oh, you have to go catch it
I
there, the
remember
shit
said then
that
time enough of we have sleep on the same bed, man. Yeah, son.
no man, like it look really horrible, like it look hot, painful. I saw someone on Twitter and like the blisters.
Jamaican?
No man, not Jamaican.
Uh,
Teacher,
hmm.
not Jamaican not come up from today.
People
More we
me, you
have to
know.
catch it. No man, more people have to have it.
So the messy people that come out now say them HIV positive. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so, I don't know. So the disease can, yeah, we said that already. But the ladies of the night said they will be taking all the necessary precautions,
Good.
except, at least for now, putting a cap on the number of clients they engage. Apple, who is 24, said that her work was dealt a severe blow during the height of the COVID pandemic. And now, them will come with this foolishness. I don't think I come them come with this till them over there between where like
Apple just frustrated.
Apple want her apple picked or apples picked.
No sir,
I
Apple
know,
is trying to make a
I
living.
know, and right, so no so
Yeah.
by having her apples picked, what you mean?
Whatever.
I know them a come with the foolishness about Monkeypox. What me forget money from now for take care of me pitney them, for pay me bills and take care of myself. And this me know about from me at 18. And it my main source, she said. Her senior colleague, as just 6 year man, they trying she at 24, you understand? What you mean? Her senior colleague, Dark Chocolate, said sex workers have survived the worst, so she will not amend her modus operandi.
Wow.
When AIDS is about wicked, them say prostitution dead. Them say prostitution dead because somebody no want come around here. But just look at us. Just look at us now.
It's now.
Exclaim the 17-year veteran. Let me tell you, say can Apple thing Lily.
Yeah.
They are just 6 year mama dark chocolate. She has been doing 17 years and running.
Now when you say
Yeah,
her
teachers.
senior,
Yeah, her senior colleague.
colleague.
Yeah, teacher 17 years.
No sir.
You can't get dark chocolate not that. Cherry, however, said she would be following all the necessary health precautions.
Good
It is
girl.
the same thing when COVID dropped. I say me now put myself at risk. The work already not easy and it full of risk already. So me now go add to it. Me have a little side hustle with a stall. So it me go and rally back on until this thing blow off. You understand?
Makes sense.
And thing. But Dr. Mindy Fitzhenley, president of the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, opined that sex workers are not more exposed to monkeypox than the ordinary Jamaican, who may rub shoulders in taxis. You understand? If you think back to even chickenpox when persons have it, it was known that it could always spread through sex. I didn't know chickenpox could have spread through sex.
Spread through sex. We never know
You
that.
understand? Them time I was a boy, so I wouldn't know that. You understand? Boy, but at no point would we have said you're going to catch chickenpox through sex. We have to remember that yes, sexual workers are at high risk just because of how close their bodies are to that person. But so are other people who are in any sort of close proximity to people.
And public spaces.
That again would be why other healthcare workers would be at increased risk because of how close that rough thing, you know. Why big up to all healthcare workers in the car say, we don't have real heroes both here. You understand? And then people go, we'll soon get to that. So yeah, monkeypox is not a gay disease. You understand? And enough of the man them a sing both ways both here, play both. You see me? So sometimes you and a man boyfriend have the
Just be
same
careful.
girl.
Why you find that funny?
Jaja.
Just be careful. That's it.
But don't find it funny about
As
you have
what
to
Cherry
take
said,
into
as what
cover
Cherry
art,
said, not expose yourself unnecessarily. Just do your best.
Let's do your
That's
best.
all. Because you say we can't go lockdown again. We can't go in hiding again. So you just have to do your best. That's it.
We have spoken about depression and frustration and suicide increasing since the emergence
Onset
of
of
COVID in
COVID.
Jamaica, the onset of COVID in Jamaica. We are seeing now where they are saying that the drug abuse helpline has spiked with calls multiplying nearly sevenfold in a year. So calls to the National Council on Drug Abuse helpline multiplied nearly sevenfold within a year of the first case of the novel coronavirus infection in the country. So they are attributing that to that. And I put it on screen. Go and talk it up, Baba boy. You alone a DJ show, you know.
You are reading something.
You're right, so you know have it in front of you.
I can't see it, I don't have my glasses.
Your motor work.
No, you were saying that there's a spike in calls to the drug helpline. We would have had this discussion that since COVID, being locked in with your own thoughts and feelings and emotions versus being locked in with their abusers. I think what has happened is that maybe they live through
Mind check one. Oh, Scotty
Then-
freeze. Scotty look like a freeze up, sir.
the truth.
Oh, Scotty freeze. Mic check one. Audio check one. Microphone check one. I'm gonna say, which mic is channel 2. Mic check one. When I hear me better, you know? Yeah, man, this should be a little bit better. Mic check one. I still not think I hear myself. I was Scotty gone. Oh, she gone. She gone. Yeah, I don't know what should I tell her to say. But, sir, I don't change my microphone. Let me get in cable out of here. And thing. Right, so, mic check one. Yeah, my mic is over here, so it will be a problem. I need to come up with a different solution for my mic, you know. Oh, Scotty, I call back. Hold on. Assign Scotty as guest one. Okay. Alright. So in 2019 there were 52 calls, and in 2020 it spiraled to 361. Dr. Kevin Goldburn, Director of Mental Health and Substance Abuse in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, told The Observer on Friday afternoon. So the helpline is primarily for individuals who are either struggling with substance abuse or wish to seek help for addicts. So Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton noted that since the onset of the pandemic, several risk factors were quickly identified and efforts have been made to mitigate them. So we have long realized that COVID and the response to COVID have had several side effects, including mental health and substance abuse. This is why we have targeted an intervention in this area and will continue to adjust to the specifics of the challenges. And this is something I need to find. Right, so it one whole article, but the long and short of it is that since the onset of COVID, I'm going to tell you what COVID has done is it has amplified many of the issues that existed before, but they were magnified, amplified, and these things, right? So, yeah, COVID, I don't know.
So I guess persons are using the drugs as coping mechanism.
Right. And quite a few are now using drugs recreationally too. So there's that as well.
That's another thing.
You understand? The man them a pop Molly like among other things too.
And I make lean.
I make what?
Lean.
That's
You didn't see the article?
No, I missed that.
Mm-hmm. There was an article in, I don't want to say who because I honestly don't remember which one of the
But it was in the papers.
Yeah, man, it was in the papers where they are now using the cough syrup and rum and some of that stuff.
What you lean?
To make
Hey, Althea, how are you?
To make what is called lean.
Oh.
Give you the eye there too. Because you know when you take cough syrup, you give your eye, right?
No.
You get, but, yeah. Cough syrup give you a little buzz, man.
I not walk so light for every little thing give me high.
No, man, cough syrup.
Then when you do the cough syrup, they drink it like a juice.
The components of the cough syrup might give you a little high. So when they mix it with the other stuff, they use it as it's another form of recreational drug. But I've been known about I think I learned about lean the first year I started teaching high school.
I probably hear about it before, but I just probably
Yeah,
not
man,
stick.
one student tell me, like, I don't remember what the conversation was, but I know for a fact that's the first time I heard about it, and he explained it to me what it was and what makes it up.
Oh, show me that straight things believe it's nothing delayed. You understand what I say? Straight like semen
And
and
I think
pants.
I want to hear
Pants
at
with
least,
semen.
I want to hear one of them.
That not nothing to do with me.
We should have, we need to carry up before it's smoke coming to it. Maybe that year they'll be that with
That not nothing to do with me. No, with that thing so stick. When I use one athlete beating up, you understand? It's a spread. It's a spread. Zin? So now, what me really come to talk about tonight, you know? I mean, get look at thing. I mean, maybe come to talk. See?
I need that.
Then so me now have to take myself aspirin. Fuck, I use the lean. This is what I really came to talk about. This has been picking at me for a few weeks. I've been wanting to stream in about it's either I have things I do or I'm just tired. Or Scotty says she's tired. Or she's sick. Tell me and tell. Tell me say lie me and tell.
I was sick maybe about 2 times out of all of the times.
And
Or one.
3 weeks now when I stream, so for 2 weeks I
Well,
sick.
it's one mistake then.
Anyways, I have been warning. It's like I would be a grown one. Job? I would have gone Nineveh.
Job.
Job is going to Nineveh.
Yeah.
I have been going to Nineveh. I have been
Carefully now.
warning. I'm not
Carefully
going to
now.
belly, man.
Nineveh was not such a lovely place, you know.
No, yeah, man. But then that me I try to show you. I've been a one Nineveh. You understand? And I've been talking and I've been telling people that first and foremost, the education system in Jamaica is significantly flawed. See? And I have been an educator for a few years. See? And based on my experience, not only as a student, but as an educator, see?
And at different levels of it.
And at different levels and at different institutions, the
Yeah.
education system is significantly flawed. Jonah in I believe.
Yeah,
man, Jonah gone Nineveh, man. A Job patient, man. Yeah, Nineveh, you see? Well, Nineveh throw you out, man. There, so you go. Me not feel no way about that. If you want to shame, you shame. Me not feel no way about that. You understand? Because Job would have grown the one time.
No, Job.
Yeah.
Job got the sword. Boy, are you
Yeah, so, a Jonah grown there. You understand? But Sarah, yeah. And I have been speaking as often as the opportunity presented itself about the education system, the lack of vision within the Ministry of Education. And it is not just now, it is really and truly spanning all education ministers that I have known in my lifetime. From Burchell Whiteman to Maxine Henry Wilson to Andrew Holness to goddamn Rural Reed to Antifi get she not even get the basket in her brother. Say hungry she get it. Poor thing. The basket the part they don't get so drop off. Yeah man, I just say hungry she have man and not a deteriorate. You understand what I say? Totally sad day for me. Lost my brother in an accident today. Ryan, Jaja. Sorry for you that bro.
Yeah. You're in our purse.
Jaja, my condolences to you and your family.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about accidents in a few, you know. All the road is the next place, you know. We leave it too like out there, you know. Jaja, Jano, kind of throw me out, you know. Jaja. Yeah. Caribbean expert, big up yourself.
Back to the migration.
Yeah, what? Back to the migration situation. And I have long said that, right, and I make a pretty tough. And I'm not come tell me, say the education minister, they did bet the whole of them a waste of space. As I say from the first one of me know when I was a boy, and it's a long time, it's
Who did you
Birchell
know?
Whiteman.
Or
Then
then
it became
who?
Maxine Henry Wilson. And then I think it was, I don't know if there was somebody between Andrew and Maxine, I'm not sure. And
When was
then
Ronnie?
Ronnie Tweets, I forgot about him. You understand what I say?
Was it one for me?
Look here, none of them did really and truly mean the
Did
youths them of the
anything for the
nation.
ministry?
No man, I don't think so.
Okay.
You understand what I say? Based on my assessment of the thing from me I go to school till me I go to school to teach you, me not see no difference. You understand what I say? A lot of talk, Zane, and a lot of this and a lot of that and
nothing behind
nothing.
it.
You understand? Like running on the spot. Zane? And I have long said, and I mean a common sense. There are some, what you call them, you know. I get rusty, you know.
Somewhat.
You have a name, you know. The major ministries them what keep the country going. Education,
Health.
health, security, and finance. See? When you have all of them four things in them ducks there in a row, your country will move forward and progress will make. You understand what I say? Super ministries we call them. See?
Yeah.
And education has been in the doldrums, in stagnation, in regression, in disrepair for a long time. And the fowls or birds are coming home to roost. Our fowl come home to roost and bird come home
Fowl
to nest.
come home.
The whole of them are come home. You understand what I say? And over the years, many educators, and I will go on record again as saying that normally when educators leave Jamaica, it is normally the better teachers. And not only leave Jamaica, when educators leave the classroom, because them can treat with the salary, the stipend, the babysitter's fee, and them can't treat with ministry and them foolishness and admin and them crap when ministry send come give them. It is normally the better educators that leave. Zane, and based on my observation for the past couple of years, not many solid teachers are coming out of teachers college anymore. You will always have a few within the batch and the cohort, and yes, many of them can be trained and groomed and thing. But say, brother, I have been speaking to this for a long time. I have treated with experienced teachers. I have treated with practicing teachers. I have treated with new teachers. And the education system is not far from collapsing if we don't take our head out of the posterior. See? Exodus. 400 teachers resigned to take up jobs in the US. And yes, we have over 22,000 plus teachers in the education system. But those 400 teachers, I assure you that 350 out of them are exceptional educators.
And more is to come. Because you and I know that.
Me not reach us yet.
Yeah.
So, some teacher, them resignation now become effective until September, you know. Because
September
them
1.
a watch and see and wait till them thing work out, you know. See? No. Also, many of these teachers are from the already problematic areas. The sciences and math and English.
And English.
All right. I take this very slow, you know, because someone will... never mind. The Jamaica Teachers Association has warned the country to brace for an exodus of teachers this year, and it has been going on from Wappy killed Philip. And Wappy been killed Philip for a long time. You understand? 400 have left the island to take up lucrative job opportunities. I was having a discussion with Jams, I think last night, about how lucrative this thing is still. You know? I mean, it better than the situation in Jamaica, you know. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
But that's a next story for your next time. We get around to that still. Because But yeah, the past are greener. You understand? Crosser. But I suppose there are challenges, just like challenges are here. But
Anyway,
when you change the money, you buy a house and car, and the money stretch far. You understand?
and sometimes, sir, when all the factors, cause all right, one meal juke you and it act,
Mm-hmm.
but you can squeeze and go on with the one meal juke. But when you look at all the different factors that combine and when all of them come at you, it's a lot.
Scotty rough. I could continue. Can I say lucrative job opportunities in the United States with just 4 weeks ago. I mean, the article I look about a week old. You understand? So to the start of the new year. Now, head of the teachers union, Winston Smith, told reporters on Thursday last, I think, that many more will not be returning to the classroom in September
True.
as teachers cannot continue to scrape by, unable to meet their basic needs. And people hear these things and say, hey, what do you mean basic needs? Yes. As I told them before, I am coming from a place where I work for pay a loan and then I have to borrow a loan for survive till the next loan. Pay and get a next loan. You understand what I say? Yeah. Like, and there are teachers who are doing worse than me. You understand what I say? Back then. Eh? As me get the money, it done. As yes, he said the hundreds who have left so far have done so through 3 of 7 agencies which are actively recruiting Jamaican teachers. There are many others who have probably gone and I don't know yet. You best believe that. You will have plenty more leaving, and I will not say to a teacher, don't leave. If you care, demonstrate that you care and pay the teachers properly. He said in an obvious swipe at the government. Smith coming off a 15-week tour of teachers' conferences, including we don't have time for that. There's a severe shortage of teachers worldwide, and the teachers of Jamaica are seen among the best in the world. I will never teach anywhere else outside of Jamaica. I've said that. Never. Prefer sell bag juice and banana chips.
Pasta light?
Empty stuff like Two countries there. I don't want to get into that. All of them. See? Teacher migration crisis keeping schools on edge.
Yes.
All of us are very concerned as to whether or not we have a teacher for every student come September.
September morning, right?
We cannot even give a definite number now because of what we know of our numbers now. I know of a very prominent school where 23 out of about 100 teachers are leaving. And we have another with 16 teachers that are going. Said Linvern Wright, who is also principal of William Nib Memorial. He's the president of the Principals Association. I want to say for my school, we have 11 persons going out of 63. And I am hearing of other persons, but there isn't any definitive word, he revealed. The word limbo would really apply to us because we are in limbo about employment. Because if a person does not resign, then you can only employ with the hope that they will be respectful enough to send their resignation, because sometimes that can cause problems. The National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica is seeking answers in relation to reports of the large pool of teachers who are on the cusp of migrating from their children's schools. You mean the same teacher them want to cuss on this and they shouldn't matter if them leave. But then go them for go on, man. And
but sir, I saw where one school, based on the amount of English teachers that they want, and the whole department gone.
BM.
The entire English department.
Yeah. BM, I have been blessed enough, you see, to be able to support my stance. I will not teach nowhere else. You understand? And if push come to shove, sir, I go hustle. You understand? Yeah, man. And I am not teaching anywhere outside of Jamaica, sir. I'll probably do some consultations and collect some money, but I'm not depend on something. You understand? Yeah, man.
Shout to that your teacher.
Nah, man, no short to
Shout out
her.
to the jail.
You understand what I say?
Shout
No,
out
no,
to
no,
the
no,
jail
short
lecturer.
to business. Yeah, sir.
No, but Kev, nobody's saying that you can be criticized, and if you're not doing a good job, somebody should tell you that you're not doing a good
How
job.
Kev
It's
talk
just what
about?
it is. No, he's saying that is it that teachers cannot be criticized, people can't critique them. And I don't think the teachers are leaving because
They are being
anything was said.
criticized.
The teachers are no, the teachers are leaving because they are genuinely seeking better.
Put it this way, if teachers were leaving because they are being criticized, we wouldn't have
Oh
no teacher.
God.
You understand?
That
Teachers
now
have been
many
criticized
criticism.
on. I mean, I've always said that some teachers don't feel in a classroom, you know. Some
Yes,
teachers
some
don't
of them
feel no fear get no pay them on time because somebody want waste of space. But you have wonderful teachers who continue to go above and beyond and then above and beyond and above and beyond that.
Sir,
You understand what I say?
when the money is small, you don't have the resources. You just feel as if it becomes too much at some point.
And I'll make this point again, as per Kev's statement. Many of the parents are now going to understand that they had it good. That's all I'll say.
But sir, you know, I saw the Clovis cartoon, I think it was, and it was when I looked at it, I said, you know, it is so true. So it is the teachers in gloves, and it's like boxing, right? But it's like they're eating after the ministry, but at the other side, at the other end of the cartoon, it is actually the student that had the black eye.
Okay. Oh, so the youth them might get the black eye.
Yes. So when I looked at it, I was saying this is such a true and real message, because at the end of the day, and the students don't get the black eye for sure, right? Because look, if a principal gets a certain amount of resignation the first week of September,
And the youth them go suffer.
it is highly unlikely that the principal will be able to fill, especially if it's some era, sir. May you know
Science is
TV,
maths.
mechanical.
All right.
They not fill. So again, the students get the messy end of the stick.
Well,
It's sad, but
as I'm saying, I have seen where teachers have been berated and chastised and crucified and vilified over the years. Some deservingly, but many cases now. And big up to all of the teachers them who are brave enough to decide, say, yo, this no make no sense no more, and me a step. I rate to them, I like you know. You understand what I say?
as we tell
Say again.
well, I see Finari is saying that teachers can't get paid and politicians get paid wrong. The age old story.
Oh, hey, I mean, yeah.
The age
No,
old
politician
story.
working and they
The
get paid too. Me not say no.
The
them-
2% we get the other day.
no.
Yeah.
We,
How
me
much
no know. I mean,
How much you get?
hmm?
You never get that.
I got enough.
Okay.
Right. So, I know what they're talking about. You understand what I say? So, yeah. You then say cow never know use of the tail until they lose like. You know, you're not if you take fan fly. Yeah, that I go and grow out there. But me did one in a long time, 1 year. You understand what I say? No, so like right, Richard Dennis, Parent Teacher Association advisor for the Ministry of Education and Youth, Region 4, said that parents were aware that while some teachers are believed to be leaving, they have not yet resigned. So you need to tell when we resign to know, okay. At this point in time, we don't know who is leaving. They don't can't know until we're sure neither, sir. You understand? Then we think of a balance so we can't just left so neither. You understand that no wise? You understand? We don't know if they are staying. They have applied for jobs overseas and they are waiting for a response. Yes, then what you want from them, sir? Come September,
resigned
if
till
they
they
get
get
a response, we will not have any teachers in the classroom, said Dennis. The ongoing crisis has resulted in some schools having to find creative solutions, with York Castle and Brownstone High Schools in St. Anne sharing teachers. Depend that, you know. Move from one compound to the other to deliver lessons. I mean, I'll do that of my own free will. You understand? If I have a colleague or a link if I run a micro side and they want me to run off one geo class to them run on one part, I will happily go. And if me have one topic where, you know, me feel like the person have a better grasp of it and you want to come across or she come across. So you come
But
match
it
up
can't
the
be a
team.
two-time
No,
player
me not
juggle.
depend on that. No. I am not onto that. But alright. Some subjects could be shelved. We have been talking like some subjects have been dying and natural death. You understand? Subjects like religious education, subjects like Spanish, in schools that I know.
In some schools.
In some
yeah.
schools, subjects, some other subjects are and some of the vocational subjects, you know, because you can't find not
You can't find an
mechanical,
automatic teacher.
right? And sometimes
Them
a
not
technical drawing teacher, cause them gone earn money
Them
on
gone
part
let in,
one. So.
yeah man, them gone make
Yeah,
money.
so let me
In
answer.
mech tech, auto mechanic, building, woodwork.
No man. No, not you. DS. Not DS. Finard. Civics. Alright. It's not because of a lack of teachers why it's civics. You understand? It's just how them set up them curriculum. Because social studies teachers are so equipped to teach civics.
Physics.
As a matter of fact, any teacher should be able to teach civics. You understand what I say? So, I mean, it's just that them don't push that anymore. Zine, but that is not dying because of a lack of teachers. Like religious education and then subject there, it's rough. You understand? Now, when the multi-million-dollar extra lesson industry will boom in Jamaica, they saw the big food. Don't know about that neither. You understand? So, I mean, that has been going on for a long time. That is not new still. So, I don't know. I left a teacher, them I left a answer. So, I don't know. But I can finish up this. Shall we there? School. Oh, yeah. So, some subjects could be shelved come September if teachers cannot be found. Some administrators say, and now some teachers' timetable are going to become heavier because some teachers will have to teach additional subjects now. You understand what I say?
But you can only carry so much sessions and no more.
I know that, no carry them. When they get them. Yeah, let you walk. Then what you go do? If you want to walk, you will carry them, you know. You know the shreps. You understand? You know the shreps, mommy.
But remember, say you can only carry a certain amount by code.
Right. What, 38?
Yeah. No, man, not 32 by code.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
38. Well, I'm 38 as a regular teacher,
Man,
but as a senior teacher, I think I'm 32.
Tap it talk. How much senior teachers we have? How many teachers can be senior teachers at any given time?
If only a 34 session, we carry sometime or 36.
And that is too much for a senior teacher. You understand? But we need to get into the part or something there. See? So I could continue. Education Minister Favour Williams has reportedly downplayed concerns of a mass exodus of teachers, saying, let me tell you what, saying there was no data to support.
I know you were going to do that. I know you were going to do that. Can we just say no going on a false sacrifice? No, but teacher, she can't run on a ball fire. She has to have some amount of cost.
No. You accept the situation as is and find solutions.
But who said she won't find solutions? We still have 3 weeks to go. Okay?
That's what you think.
Okay. How much week left is still?
You know today what date? Today 19th and mama. Next week I 20 much, you know.
Mama, 2 weeks did.
Okay, alright. I see her.
And give and take September.
School. School administrators are bracing for impact after an anticipated mass exodus of teachers over the summer holidays, as hundreds of educators are reportedly headed overseas to seek out better employment opportunities ahead of the new school year. Now, with less than 3 weeks before the academic year 2022-2023 begins, 23, Lynn Wright, president of Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, said that a sense of dread has engulfed principals who are now scrambling with their boards to see how the blow can be cushioned. He said that the issue was so grave that it is impossible for administrators at this time to arrive at an appropriate figure in relation to the number of teachers leaving the local classrooms to take up jobs overseas. although reports suggest it could be upwards of 400. We hope that those that we know now are going are really what it is going to be. But we also know the reality that it is really on a September morning that you really know the true picture.
Yes.
You understand? Or October morning.
Yeah, some cases.
Cause
Yeah, man, first week of September, you know the true numbers.
I know a teacher will resign like third week of September, last week of September.
Depends on when they're thinking.
Then thing just come true. Jamaican teachers, we love you. Boy, cookie give thanks. We appreciate it. You understand? Me, I make Scott to get a thing.
But sir, if you have to know, you imagine as a principal now. You are going September 1 now. Remember, you're on the edge already in the car. You know, say, you're not sure. You imagine all that 20 teacher putting resignation. Me a quit.
As a principal?
Yeah, man.
You can't abandon the ship.
Be good. You should be a job ship.
No, you will be arrested if you don't, John.
That's
captain,
crazy.
The captain is the last one to disembark.
Because remember, you will know for a fact that you will not get some replacements.
True.
You're not getting nobody to replace them.
Take your Anton fashion.
How that go?
I'm not sure, but that's what they said. Then you want me to tell a lie?
You can't touch look at Intisai, look at HSB, look at Envi. I mean, no, I could agree, but I can't teach maths. No, 100%.
Look here, mega college got study geo. Geo me and teach and social. I mean, even like teach social. You understand?
Maybe touch look at, maybe HSB, lower school Intisai. I'm going to be so presumptuous and take CSEC Intisai. Lower school Intisai, HSB up to CSEC. Envi, agree. Anyway, agree at teach you can.
Yeah, Envi and they sit there. But me, independence.
To be honest with you, we can't teach my English and TD.
See me and I teach
Remember
English.
1 year, our MedTech teacher going to leave for 2 years.
I mean, them brothers are English teacher in the youth. First thing, you youth, them when glad. If you come on class, that's the first thing, and them what they want to learn. My English is not as bad as it sounds, you know. You understand? My English is not as bad as it sounds. Eh? And my maths not bad enough, brother. Look here. No, sir. I remember so I can teach history to and them sitting about. I can teach any subject in the humanities, but I don't depend on that.
If me teach maths, everybody I feel, man, including me.
No. Policy, we are joke about this thing, but it's serious. It's serious. Look here, about 1,000 teachers left this September. Take it from me. Between me and your line, they must say 400. You see when it does second, about 1,000. Yeah, man. And next year about 2. Every year it go double. Scotty, I am telling you, and you and I have had conversations on this platform and off this platform about the situation surrounding education. You know where my thought process with certain things. Certain things I can't even say publicly. Because I say, you understand me? I say, but I would say, John saw this coming. Who saw it coming?
Sure, say
John. John saw this coming. May I tell you this?
Yeah, John.
John
Sure,
this
say
time.
John this time.
Yo.
The truth.
And I've always said, look, so you may not be in a position to increase salaries significantly. Zin? But make benefits more accessible and available. Make it easier for educators to further their education, self-actualization. Make it easier for educators to purchase and acquire housing and property, Jesus Christ. Make it easier for educators to acquire vehicles. Make it easier for educators to fund their children's education.
Sir. And give us the resources that we need. within the classroom.
Yeah, man.
Let us go as simple as that.
Right, yeah, but then said that is just one. But then you get the resources them at school and you pick them at dead for younger yards to do it. Your internet not good like yeah dead for younger yard, you know, you see. You know, I go on around this.
Possibly, you know.
You understand? No, you can't be my friend and dead for hungry mama. That not do that. You understand? Me no please. You understand? So, me not pleased with that. You see me? But your internet I'm more shaky still, so watch it and see. So the JT wants carrots. Smith suggests free school is don't take that literally, mama. Smith suggests free schooling for teachers, children. Me not think that's possible still. And other perks to halt the exodus. I don't think that is feasible. The reduced cost but not free schooling. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Right. So say to the nation, education shall be the priority, and we are going to invest a significant amount of funds, time, and resources in education, which includes infrastructural development, as Scotty just said, safety and security, provision of proper food for the children, safe transportation, and pure teachers better. We must make a concerted effort to push education in a positive way, Smith, who is the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, said. Celebrating teachers, he added, would also encourage them to stay in the education system. These will require partnership with the private sector, so it is not just a public sector thing. I am suggesting a joint public-private partnership to make education the single most priority of the nation, and having done that, we will be on a path of success. Advocating better opportunities for educators' children, he said they should be given the opportunity to study free of cost right up to first degree. I don't agree with that. Our target is to retain our teachers, to come up with a policy to say teachers, as long as you remain a teacher, your children have to benefit. Yeah, I get that. But that kind of a stretched envelope family. But Smith also suggested developing another initiative temporarily in place of the Jamaica Teaching Council. Change the whole pursuit of the JTC bill, not abandon it, but put it on pause and replace it, with an education infrastructure development bill. So you decide how you are going to fix education to make it more attractive and a priority, because right now we are struggling to attract young, bright minds in the teachers' college. don't get me started at that, sir. You understand? We have to look at the long-term gain. We can't be myopic. If we do not do something to stem the flow of teachers out of the country, what will happen to the country? It is either going to cost you in making your country more literate and productive, or cost you in spending money to remedy a bad situation. Smith also encouraged teachers who have remained in the island to persevere in the education system, although many of their colleagues have left the country. Scotty, persevere. Press along, Scotty, press along in God's own way. Don't be depressed or distressed by the migration of your colleagues. I mean, I'm busy with people like that still in our real life. We know it is going. Like, I've seen many teachers, take with themselves like, hey, come and go, son. We know it is going to be harder work on you. Because if administrators are not able to find adequate teachers to fill the void, it may just mean that we have to double our efforts. That will create more burnout, and burnout is a thing, you know. Take care of yourself and do the best you can under the circumstances. At the same time, he urged school administrators to recognize the tough realities of the education system and be more supportive of teachers. Rather than being dictatorial, if that is how you would operate, have more of a dialogue with your staff. Get your staff to understand what is happening and meet with them. Join them in the struggle rather than send them in the struggle. It may mean that some of us as principals may have to do some teaching. Yes, man. It is not what I would like.
My principal teach classes.
Yeah? But okay. But if that is what we have to do to make our teachers feel better, then as an administrator, let us do it so our classroom teachers will know that we are in this together. We are in this thing together. Yo, boy, you do it. And the VP them,
I think I run 2 class, man.
Or 3. I don't know, it thinks that I was still, it thinks that. You understand?
You rough though.
Rain a fall,
Please have it.
but it dirty tough.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
understand?
with it.
Eh. You know what I am thinking, teacher and Miss Scott? The person who serves as Minister of Education should be a veteran teacher, not just a politician. Ruel was a veteran teacher, brother. Don't do it. Hold on. Let me talk to Finar. Finar,
Let
Roy.
me a little bit.
Okay. I'm put her up on screen. Okay, so you think. Finar, Ruel teach from the devil was a boy. You understand? And say, sir, you know see what going around there? So, I don't even know Rasta. Me not talk about, but you can't not talk about real Finar if you ever tell me say Finar, stop changing goalpost in a Migla match, man. Make a goal turn away there, brother. If you kick and miss, fix your shot. You hear me answer, sir? Me understand what you answer, but brother, you have to be careful, cause let me tell you this thing. So even if it's a veteran teacher, they have to stay away from politics and politicians. And the country just not run that way, bro. Finar, me get what you're saying, brother, but you didn't even, boy, me didn't even know. They say principal should just roll up their sleeves, but sometimes the principal be not cut off their sleeve already, brother. Sometimes they're not a sleeve in this.
Then you just need to tie up your mount and look for space, then tie. The mount and loophole, then plug with the sleeve.
No, we still are continue with this, you know. Right blames the ministry for apartheid in education sector. A school administrator, we still at about Linvern, right? President of the Principals Association, is lamenting that the Ministry of Education lacks the gall to confront a system likened to a kind of apartheid, which has taken root in the Jamaican secondary schools. Watch us style. The Jamaican Association of Principals, Linvern, right, made a comment in light of the continued practice of some schools to refuse to admit students they consider below par. What is happening is that the prejudice itself is something that the Ministry of Education actually perpetuates. According to Wright, the Education Ministry have been complicit over the years and would not send particular students to these institutions because the schools will not accept them. You can't send teach God camp, humor God champion. The humor can't God champion. It's a big head boy, yeah? You understand? No. You see me?
That's true. That's not a lie.
He said it was an open secret that is spoken about, yet nothing is done. While those most impacted are shafted, ending up in institutions without the proper resources to help them. Wright, the headmaster of the William Knibb Memorial High School in Trelawney, did not blame the institution and the situation on the principals. In fact, he is convinced that if the institutions were equipped with the right resources, it would allow them to take students with 20 or 30% averages and have positive outcomes. He argued that his school, for example, which is getting students scoring percentage of between 50 and 80, is getting the same resources as Cedric Titus High School, another Trelawney-based school which gets students with far lower grades. You give them the same type of resources to work with and expect the same type of outcomes, but the children start with a deficit that you have to use both funding and expertise to make up. I want to talk about that when I'm done. See, me talk about it now. Because that me tell us that the education system is flawed. You can't have a situation where you send students averaging 35 in GSAT to one school, and then children averaging 98 to 100 to another school, and then you're going to use external CXC examination for judge the two schools them. That can't make no sense. So we go back to education being flawed. So you are using the same academic criteria for judge all of the youth them, and some of the youth them are not gifted academically, but they are talented musically, in physical education, in agriculture, in building technology, in technical.
But he said something that is vital. He said that the two schools are basically given the same resources.
Resource, right. So now that me I say, and we expect
And
the
it's not,
same results from both schools
and it's not a
because
level playing field.
when CXC come out, you're going to rank the schools and based on
Yes,
performance.
yes, yes.
Zin, and you know, say the youth them over Immaculate and Campion and Anjos and them school there, and Hampton run one part and Westwood Dunkso and them school about there. So they get students who are averaging 90s plus. How you going to compare them youth to schools where get youth where average 25?
Zero. Coming in reading at pre-primer.
And then now it is the same curriculum they have been exposed to. Zin, for the 5 years of their high school. Zin, how then now do you expect these children to compete with those when you have not catered to their skill sets and their abilities?
And their needs.
And their needs. Again, I have said this already. The education system in Jamaica is supremely flawed. And as such, we lose thousands of children through the cracks because of the dictates and the demands
Cracks,
of the curriculum within our schools. We have no vision, we have no mission except to pocket taxpayers' money.
I would say no vision. Grant us vision, lest we perish.
Without vision and people perish too. Yeah, I say.
Correct.
And as me I say, boy, I mean, no,
It's not me flagging at dead ass.
flagging a dead ass. You understand? You know much. I said this already, I say it again. Unofficially, my account, for the past 10 years, over $1 billion Jamaican dollars have been misappropriated within the Ministry of Education. Unofficial account, you know. Eh? May I say that again? Based on my assessment, based on the stories that I have covered about misappropriation of funds and corruption within entities governed by the Ministry of Education, at least $1 billion Jamaican dollars has gone missing. You are robbing and raping the nation's children blind. And then it always come back down to who? Teachers. The same teachers when they have the resources. The same teachers them way if you compete and contend with teachers up at Immaculate, where you are get average 25, you are get students in high school, and we go back to this again. How can a child reach high school and the child is not numerate and not literate? That child is unable to spell and write their own name. How am I now, as a specialist in geography, is going to treat with a child who cannot read?
Until you're reading in the content area and differentiated instructions.
Tell me that now make me rude to you.
I tell you that's what they're going to do.
Right, and then we're going to rude to them.
I tell you that is the go-to phrase. Read it in the content area and differentiated instructions.
Look here.
Read it in the content area. Bless you. That again, people can read that.
Scotty, there are some subjects where you can chuckle your way through, and there are some subjects that if you're not reading, you cannot pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because the content is just too heavy. I mean, I talk about word recognition, I talk about reading, because calling word and reading is two different things. So we often confuse word recognition with reading.
Calling of words with reading. Or let us not even look at reading and comprehension. Okay, you must understand.
Only go and teach a child
that can read.
How to explain the formation of waves.
Yeah.
And he, yeah, let's see him.
Sir? I don't know. As I say, feels like beating, flagging a dead horse.
Scotty. I mean, I don't know where to do the youth them, you know, but more needs to be done at the early childhood and primary level. If I wanted to teach primary student, I would do primary education.
At a point when they're looking at that, early childhood education.
Moonlight, that is one. You have a few who can do that, you know. Yeah, sorry, Scotty, if you cut it. Zane, but sir, we're talking about thousands of people, you know. We don't talk about no 1/2 or no 2/2 thing. You understand? So whilst we have some youths who can do that, sir, you have some subjects, if you can't read, dog, name your supper, sir.
Dog, you get leave, man. You get left behind.
You understand?
You live on your own.
Can't remember them if going to the exam, go read the questions.
Exactly.
Me not did that time, you know. Miss. Yeah, Moonlight. My apologies. Then me never see miss there. You understand? So yeah. So who going to read the exam questions for them and explain? So while him can listen to me and say in a class and understand them things, and then who going to read the papers? So, no man, I mean like there was nothing offensive about my response. I just said like we are talking, you know.
I don't know.
So we can continue, so because you see that's it now.
You don't look good though.
Look, you know, no look. In fact, he's convinced that if the institutions were equipped with the right resources, it will allow them to take students with 20 and 30% averages to have positive outcome. We do that year in, year out, you know. But it is difficult. And when you got judge with the same yardstick with students who not send, be 100 average student go some school, and then you use the same criteria for judge we and rank we, it can't make no sense. He argued, we said that already, yeah, so long story short. No, to me it matters worse, you know. Remember saying only teachers are left out here, you know. Yep. Remember said doctors and nurses, you know. Been left here, brother. And police officers, because the turnover rate in the police force, you know. Right.
Everybody are there.
People in the hospitality industry. You know, a cruise ship take them up, the hotel them run at some part, take them up, all of them something. No, nobody know left here. I mean alone left here. Hey, brother, this guy can see how I go on.
Hey, get that
Scotty, I mean alone left both.
You alone left my brother?
Yeah, man, they left me, man. Come on, go to me, As Terry Gandhi said, I am man, I am live, I am man, I am live. Yeah, that's what he said. So, be not go away. Be go visit or you understand, go interview some people around one part and come back to my yard. You understand? But say, brother, look here. Watch this. Watch your style here. Yeah, watch your style.
May I leave?
Yeah, leave.
May I be a meal order bride?
Yeah, be a meal order bride.
Mm-hmm.
How that work?
Well, look it up.
Jamaica ranks second on human flight and brain drain index. I'll read that slowly. Mm-hmm. Jamaica ranks second on human flight and brain drain index. Second out of how much country? 177.
So we're second.
So only one country in the world worse than Jamaica as it relates to skilled and qualified Jamaicans, citizens leaving the country. One numero uno. I want that in a Spanish life. I suppose to that. You understand? Mm-hmm. I hope it's not the next Jonah situation.
That's fair.
Jamaica has been ranked at second place out of 177 countries on the 2022 edition of the Human Flight and Brain Drain Index. The ranking, which is compiled by business and economics website, theglobaleconomy.com, assesses the economic impact of human displacement for economic or political reasons and the consequences this may have on a country's development. The higher the index, the greater the human displacement, Global Economy's website said. Now, Jamaica has a human flight and brain drain index score of 9.1, with Samoa topping the list with a perfect score of 10. Girl, your body good and you get 10 out of 10. Yo! Of note, Global Economist said it arrived at its index indicator for each country by examining available data between 2007 and 2022 from a wide range of sources, including national authorities, the World Bank, the United Nations, and the International Monetary Fund. For that indicator, we provide data for Jamaica from 2007 to 2022. The average value for Jamaica during that period was 7.66 index points, with a minimum of 6.3 index points in 2009 and a maximum of 9.1 index points in 2022. The latest value from 2022, as we say, is 9.1. For comparison, the world average in 2022, based on the 177 countries, is 5.21. Elsewhere on the index, Palestine placed third with a score of 8.8, while Micronesia and Somalia rounded out the top 5 with a similar score of 8.7. Haiti and Guyana were the only other Caribbean nations in the top 10, being ranked in 9th and 10th places. So more people are fleeing Jamaica than those fleeing Haiti. Skilled, qualified, educated people. Haiti has a score of 8.2, while Guyana has 8.1. Australia was the least country in the world affected by Australia. They're too far from everywhere. Somebody can't bother left Australia gonna. You understand? They just stand there. Then just brother by the time just go and run down to kangaroo. You understand? And thing. But on a serious note, you see? And these are things that I teach when I teach certain topics, yeah? These things come up and so yeah. But the impact that this is having on the productivity sector, the growth potential of the country is significant. We are short of every major public sector worker, except politicians. Them now left going away. Them rich and happy. Them live run some part, run some place. You understand? When you
And
like
some
them,
hills.
pass some hills. They must see all like them and town like. You understand? When the rain fall, then can't flood like. You understand? I feel them water wash away. Yo! Jaja. Are the peer cause it? That is the primary factor. Zane? And you see, we can't even say, yo, you know what, through COVID and the economic contract, look, this has been going on, as Mr. from
Before.
Wapikil, you know, Wapikil.
It's not new. This exodus is not new.
And it is
My
going
year.
to. What Jimmy Riley say? It's gonna get rough for now. Hear me? Can you hear me, children?
Man, we tell you that if only you could sing.
And then don't worry about that. You don't worry. You get the message. You understand? You don't need to get the harmony. You need to get the message.
Listen to the words, not
Listen
the
to the
song.
words. Yeah, man. Yes. You understand? So, don't stay there. You have a song for everything, you know. I just you find it. You see me? No. All of this, boy, is tied to Vision 2030.
Oh, Lord. I forgot push back in vision.
Why 30 years?
Hmm.
When we can organize one good Grand Gala in 60
What?
years.
I forgot push back in vision. They don't look attainable.
Vision 2030 targets are under review. 2/3 of milestones in line with the projections, but concern. I would like to see a breakdown of that 2/3 of things that were in line with projections. You see? 2/3 of milestones in line with projections, but concern as some static or worse. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, will review the Vision 2030 targets that have been projected as milestones on the journey to develop country status, to a developed country status. Let me read that properly. Currently, about 2/3 of the targets are on track or met, while 1/3 are static or worse when compared with the baseline year, the agency said. The PIOJ is currently seeking to engage relevant technical assistance to support the strengthening of its monitoring and evaluation framework and review the performance measurement framework, including the indicators and targets. Director General Dr. Wayne Henry said at the quarterly press briefing. Yes, Dr. Wayne Henry. Vision 2030 uses 75 indicators to measure the state of the country's progress along the economic, social, environmental, and governance spheres of development. The PIOJ explained that the measures may require adjustments, based on the global challenges from the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing war in Ukraine, which has resulted in global commodity shocks.
Ouch.
When you don't gain, just blame. The state-run agency will provide an update at its next press briefing, tentatively slated for November. Vision 2030, Jamaica was launched in 2009 with bipartisan support, but concerns have emerged that the targets may have to be recalibrated if the country is to hit the goals in the next 8 years. Dr. Adrian Stokes, a development economist, has argued that it will be difficult for the island to attain the main goals without significant investment in human capital development. You know, see people in my left, sir. Right, I don't even see what I got. Yo, man, they say COVID and Ukraine war mash up Vision 2030. Like say, Henry said that the country's development targets under successive midterm socio-economic frameworks have been mixed. The PIOJ said that 64% of indicators improved over the baseline year, while 32% showed no improvement or had worsened. The four main goals of Vision 2030 seek to empower Jamaicans, create a stable society, and create prosperous economy and a healthy environment. Jamaica has experienced notable development gains across the four national goals, Henry said Thursday. Sir, me teach them, sir. I know them, sir. Sir. but okay, sir. Polls, however, indicate that Jamaicans are most concerned about crime and violence, which cuts GDP by at least 4%. Now, World Bank data rank Jamaica as having the third highest international murder rate in the world. Looking at the broader picture, however, Henry said, let's look at the broader picture, why not? Looking at the broader picture, Henry said that the overall category of serious crimes dipped to 190 per 100,000 in 2021 from 280 in 2007. Okay, all right. The target for the control of corruption was not achieved. I am so surprised. The target for the control of corruption was not achieved, and it's still an area of concern. You don't say. The PIOJ Director General said the country progressed from a value of negative 0.46 in 2007 to a negative 0.01. Oh, okay, let's celebrate that in 2020. Yeah, man. And we also mentioned improvement in accountability, housing and environmental resilience. Okay. The Jamaican economy grew 5.7% during the April to June 2022 quarter. Me no feel it. Me I tell you, cause watch out. You know Chelsea did there for 1 month.
Yeah.
I love my child to the moon and back. But when she was leaving, me miss her, you know, but me couldn't feed her. And me make sure know so one at a time. So if you see me go to the supermarket again before I leave here, it's pop me going there to pack bags. So if you see me I go to the supermarket, your father working down there. When last I got to the supermarket?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago? Go back go buy things when you buy out there 2 weeks ago.
No, supermarket been rough, sir. Supermarket been rough. You
It's
have to
gonna
juggle.
get rougher now.
If you did want
Yeah.
that and that, you might have to only buy one. You know, see the other day, I post and say, if me have bun, me don't
Oh, you
have
know no
cheese. And if me
cheese.
have the cheese, me
You
don't have
know
the
no
bun. Because
bun.
me cannot afford the two of them at the
Brother,
same time.
yeah man, me to say, any you see
No, man,
your father
supermarket
go to
deal.
supermarket again for a month is pack me go in there to pack bag. Because I cannot afford nothing down there. You understand? So take time with stuff. Because, brother,
Supermarket deal.
so them a say the economy grow 5.7%. All hail the economy growing. Me no feel it. Yeah, you see them drop chicken by $12 sitting. A pound. I whole heap of money that just come out by chicken, you know.
But not only JB,
The next one, them a go follow,
everybody.
man. Me not know. I don't think it was a national thing. I think I just Jamaica boy like.
But sir, the audacity to blame COVID and the Ukraine war, like, really? COVID
And
is just since 2020.
yeah,
That's 2 years.
I must say
So you're
2000.
trying to tell me that we were on target with,
You're deaf.
with everything until COVID came?
As Rhino said, me left. You're deaf.
Whatever.
Yo, me tell you, so when them man attack more time, you know. But it's true they said, because you Jamaican people say, so when them man attack, people that see what them have to say, because it's true they name doctor. Oh, them bright
You're
man, I
better
just
music
I
than
feel a
that, I
fool.
dance.
Hmm?
You're better music than that, I never dance.
Because people are grow them own chicken. No, Empress Janet. And that is not it. Trust me. You understand? That is not it. I mean, as a people now raise them one thing for consumption, you know, but most people still buy from Bestress and CB.
I'm going to go to run here back here.
Run out for backyard.
Okay.
You ever smell for cold yet?
Then now, go sir.
You know your backyard bigger than my backyard.
No.
Right now about 3 months can be run your backyard.
Stop your foolishness. But I tell them to stop their life.
Me tell you something now, tell like. So, yeah, look here, as me say, Vision 2030 is something that is on the social studies syllabus at gradients. So, having taught this, like, you know, having discussions with the children, them couldn't tell them my money a long time, you know. Because they say, sir, then,
You know, it not happen.
then you know, what you think, sir? Then
What,
I
sir?
say, it's you teach me, it's what you think. And they say, sir, so they start go dog and you know first thing them gonna start with that crime. You understand? Cause that is so
That's their
evident
reality.
and that's
That's
them
their
reality.
reality.
And them say, sir, you know say and then them going to some other part of the goals them and them sitting there and say, boy, sir, you don't look good.
Not gonna work out.
Yeah,
Not
Caribbean
gonna work.
expat, it might be a diamond, but me tell you Jamaican people stay. When you have a letter beside the name or on your name or over your name, then things say
You view differently.
yeah man versus a man in the street. Yeah, that's how you go. That's how them groom when you socialize with. You understand what I say? But we know some people are educated done still, so that's the next story for your next day. You understand what I say? Me prove that for myself many times. Especially in my era of employment. But we don't trouble nobody today. What you know? Let me make you read this. Yeah man. Which I would Scotty? Me need to remember. Yeah, so the economy grew 5.7% during the April. I wonder if April one they say this. This is all fools here joke, you know. Compared to the yearly earlier. Compared with a year earlier. And so then it must increase in scope for that. Then if a country lock down eternally, see, and it open up back now, then you must expect say it will grow. Then what you think? But tell us because them man are doctor nice things, and when them say some things more time, it's a big word them. So the agency's growth projection ranges between 3% to 5% for the full fiscal year. Now, since independence, the island grew an average of 1% a year. The current quarterly growth rates are among the highest since independence. Wow. That high started in 2021 and recovery gained steam after the pandemic fallout. Well, recovery gained steam after the pandemic fallout. It should be noted, however, that the economy is not expected to attain pre-COVID gross domestic product levels until fiscal year 2023-2024, Henry said. Fearful. So all of them things, you see?
And we just have to tell you something, sir.
Empress Janet, nah man, you will always have your heart to come back to you, know. Cause when me check it out, lad, now we no better than yard. Follow me now. So here we go on. No matter how bad things get, Jamaica will still be Jamaica. You understand what I say? The crime is a thing, but yard, man. You understand what I say? And thing. I understand, I know will not get somebody who left Jamaica in search of a better life. You understand what I mean? Some people say they now come back here. I mean more powers to them. You understand? I can't tell a man how to live them life. Big up to the people them who gonna look it. You understand? For come back, come cook it. You know what I mean? We give thanks. Because, you know, a remittance thing and them something important and then you bring back and, you know what I mean? You have to just careful because sometimes many of them people that will come back kind of, Jaja, you think rough still, you know. But yeah, now go away, man. You see me? But it's rough. As I say, rain and fall, but it's dirty tough. It's that way. But all of them look at and whilst I am an educator and Scotty is a farmer, we are probably a little bit more passionate about the teaching situation, but the nurses are leaving, the doctors are leaving. You understand? Persons from the service sectors,
everybody are leaving.
Sector is leaving in droves. Like it is affecting the country. It no matter how them pretty it up and all of the figures, grand figures, so them want to say, and COVID this and war in Ukraine that. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been significant fallout from COVID, Zine, but say, COVID not create a new problem. COVID just amplified and magnified the problems. BM, what I think about, I think agriculture should be a biggest earner, sir. So put it away there. Because if agriculture is that, it means that more employment will be created. It means that food security will be a thing. And it means our export-import bill will be cut significantly. So while tourism is susceptible to external shocks. You see me, I say remittance is susceptible to external shocks. Because when there's fallout globally, tourism is grown to a halt. Remittances will struggle as well. You understand what I say? So that is never a wise idea. So yes, we still get the tourism money, we still get the remittances. Because that now because more Jamaicans are going to find, it means more remittances are come here. Zin? So, and then, well, that's the next story for you next time. But agriculture now, we have whole heap of idle lands. You understand what I say? Like whole heap of bush boy place, Zin, government owned land. Make it easier to lease out some land to some farmers. You understand? Help farmers to acquire equipment and seedlings and fertilizers. Create subsidies and them something there, Zine and we see the impact of not having our own food security in our hand in the COVID situation. You see me? So and then now in that situation we could have made billions because we could have export out some things said way for some people and got it and them something there. But I mean, and then with agriculture, then you have agro-processing industry getting larger and larger. The whole spin off to the thing and brother. I don't know, but probably I'm a fool. You understand what I'm saying? Auntie, when we become Prime Minister, Scott take up the Minister of Agriculture.
Yeah, vote for you.
At that Asta
Make
Black.
sure
At that
make
Asta
sure you
Black
don't
people then
misappropriate the funds.
at that Asta Black people then they tell him an election
So
I
they
am
want to
alone.
vote for you.
I am alone vote for himself. one vote the dog get.
That's
son.
funny. Every time you say me still find it funny.
Then I know my wife they go sleep all the night, you know. Cause I know she got polling. I know she got polling station, you know.
So who should vote for?
And then I'm alone vote for myself.
Spoil the ballot, man.
I not depend that. She spoil the ballot. Scotty should be Minister of Education.
What's a farming?
You see, that and there you go. You understand? We love put people in some place where they don't belong.
Okay.
See, that is what she love. That is what she's passionate about. She's a Minister of Agriculture. You understand? Me, Prime Minister. My look at airline I received already.
You know I'm the airline teacher.
Skulls.
You're not going to do a trim stuff or stitches to trim. You look at me.
Look at me. Oh, yes, sir. Yo, but Scotty, British and the people on the stream, it is a serious look thing. Because this is going to affect all of us. You understand? With the education system hanging on by threads, many youths will be disenfranchised. Many youths will fall through more cracks. And then the whole crime situation will that cycle will continue. And it's just a never ending thing. So we need, and as I'm saying, and I don't want nobody come tell me nothing of me is. All the education ministers that I can remember have failed the nation. Burchell Whiteman, Maxine Henry Wilson, Ranny Tweet, Andrew Wellness, where next big fire brother than him, Royal Reed, and Faithful. You understand? All of them. So nobody come join up party lines and tell me no foolishness I mean is the whole of them. I say probably under our administration some local progress they might make. But they have failed us miserably. Carl Samuda. Carl not even come about that because I don't know if Carl knows him I did Minister of Education on that time.
Him a did that?
Him a did interim man when Royal thing until then him faithful.
That not come.
Man, they been tell us that Carl does not even know saying that.
That not come.
You understand? And thing. So yeah, my name Bakar. You see me? So we're in trouble. And then when you add the whole health care, because see things, you know, when a politician sick about here, you know, then go up 20 tweets up a UA, and if that can't treat them, then get private jet flag or Miami or one of them places, you know, brother. So, the health care sector is a mess. A ripe old mess. Zine education, security. So what are we standing on as citizens? There's
Okay. Nothing at all.
No. But I have interview tomorrow. Then someone start research. I like that test.
Oh, me just another sorry for you.
The only good thing is that it's an evening interview. If it was a 10 o'clock interview, as they love to book them.
You know, when it's not so hard.
Teach them Babs need to retire. I suppose all politicians need to do that, you know. You understand? Eh.
I'll be at interview.
Give thanks. You know I beat me bad? The thing from last night.
The light, the lack of light.
Not even that. Remember 3 camera, you know? You go pro run right through, you know?
Oh, all the best.
Hey, but the lighting for the GoPro not really crisp, nice. Yes, it's true lighting. Long story short, yeah, but I don't know, I'm going to want water it still.
That's what Mona said. I could also take it short. Well, you say I told you say I start short. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks a box. I better you make YouTube video full time teach, then quit teaching sector to my boss. Hey, me need for that for true. Yeah, crime is sucking up most of the money for true. More like the security ministry budget is what I mean tell you. And there's no end in sight. Eh? From last time? But I really think we feel vibes still, but yeah. But I know, yeah. But I know. As I said, I not touch on murder nothing tonight. Now then sitting there. I talk about things that affect the country and affect human capital and development and productivity and then sitting there. And corruption.
Oh boy.
Yo! Jamaica surpasses 300 road fatalities so far this year, and this article is about 2 weeks old.
So that means that has increased.
Yeah, man, at least one a day, I don't know. Like a pill, vitamin, Centrum.
That's
Jamaica has now crossed the 300 mark for road fatalities this year. The deaths of two persons on the Trial Main Road in Hanover on Tuesday morning. I'm tell you, I don't remember when this was. Sorry, guys. Increase the number to 302 until somebody mentioned. Ryan, I don't know if Ryan is still here. Is Jamaica the situation going?
oh,
I know. One of the deceased has been identified as 26-year-old Oniki Barnes of Goshen, St. Elizabeth. Mr. Barnes was employed to the Grand Palladium Hotel and was returning from work when the mishap occurred. A 51-year-old female passenger from his vehicle also succumbed to her injuries. It is reported that about 12:40, Mr. Barnes was driving towards Hopewell when another car drifted into his path, causing the vehicles to collide. Ah boy, Mr. Barnes and the woman died at the scene. So me tell you, go about it when people come sum up in your vehicle kill you enough most of the time, brother. The driver of the other car and two passengers were taken to hospital, so I guess him probably face manslaughter charges now. Death by dangerous driving and something. Dr. Lucian Jones, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, said the 302 fatalities recorded up to Tuesday morning are below the 307 during the same period last year. Give thanks to small mercies. However, Dr. Jones said the absence of road markings and reflectors poses a tremendous danger to road users as it contributes to crashes. He said the NRSC has been in discussions with the National Works Agency to rectify the issue. He added that some roads along the north coast are particularly in need of urgent attention, like the Landover Main Road, sir. Dead Man's Alley, them call it.
Okay.
Yo, you only want to look a breeze blow across the road and Scotty? And the next thing is that the man them know the history of the road. I have known at least
Speed.
5 to 7 people have died along that street. Personally know them. And all accidents we happen out there so is because of speeding. As a matter of fact, 95% of accidents probably are speeding at the cars at the thing. You understand what I say?
Everybody a fast driver.
But then me I say you may not be the fast driver and you dead. Because a man comes up in your vehicle, bro. So if I no murder around this or accidents around this, and all of these things are robbing the nation of productive members. Remember we not none left, you know? Most of them gone already, you know. Some gone. Canada is becoming the new hotspot, you know. And that is the irony that is telling because Canada called bad.
Cool.
You understand? Many people know. So I mean, America is still the land of the free and the home of the slave. I mean, the brave. You understand how many people want to go there because the streets are lined with milk and honey, you know, the utopian society. Zine, you know, people don't really go England to that. People go England. 1 in every 10.
Come on, England get quite a few of the teachers that are
England still have buzz.
Teachers go there to learn on the program.
You know, say England was still a trending thing. I want me to cook it. So say America is the land of the free, the home of the slave brave. That's what I think.
And that's American only.
Yeah, man, and many people are going to the Far East now, China and Japan. Those places are now becoming trendy.
And next,
especially the English teachers. They can teach English over China and our Japan part there. So I don't know.
You don't have to be an English teacher. You just have to come from an English-speaking country and have a degree. Yeah.
Let's see. Tell you what, go on another part there. So me I said, back to what me I said now. So it's either we are kill off ourselves on the road, or we are killing one another with gun and knife and all of them sitting there. And then say now, you know say about 3 hours left here.
We're gonna dead and left.
Yeah, I say that's joking. So we are telling you, about 3 hours left here. Me, you and the next man. And you say you're soon gone. You understand? And the nation is struggling, is suffering because the productivity is being affected because many of these people are dying. especially on our roads, are productive members
Productive
of the
members of
society.
society.
See, many people who are dying violently are also productive members. I mean, you know, a lot of criminals are killing criminals. That is the reality. That's one part of the conversation we don't readily have. Because the truth is a murder is a murder. You understand what I mean? I say, so we are treated as a murder. But oftentimes, many times, gangsters are killing gangsters. It's just that, you know, innocent people get caught up in the crossfire sometimes and them something there. But also we have productive members who are being robbed of their life violently in the country. Thing, I don't know. Yeah, yes, Hillary.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I have an headphone.
Kaya load.
Oh, okay. Migration to England by Jamaican is still hot. Eh?
Yeah,
I know
man,
for a lot
let
of
me tell you.
Jamaica. Hot. It go on
Yeah,
now.
man.
Hot.
Yeah, a lot
Like-
of teachers are going to the UK to teach.
Hot. Like we coming in hot this
Yeah.
year. What them I gonna do for all with the that there? I mean,
Yeah. I'm not just US. You think a US alone?
No
yeah?
man, me know say no US alone, man. What me I say? You know
No,
England.
man. England have two, man. I
Cayman out of
Hey.
England, man.
Right now, anywhere but here, see, man.
You remember the cover that story there? Say anywhere but here when people are fleeing and people are going to Mexico and all they sit there.
Anywhere but here, that's the case right now.
More nurses going to England. Yeah man, Jamaicans everywhere, bro. We know that, man. But me I say, you know, America is the
Mecca?
the Mecca. That is the word we have for and then you have, I think Canada is leading England though.
Possible.
Yeah, son. Cayman hot too. You see me?
Uh-huh.
And things, so, you know. Yeah, son. I remember farm working go on said we and enough people go on farm work and not come back here.
Everywhere at what here, man.
Everywhere at but here. English teachers needed in Asia. Yeah, so right, Scotty. Anyway, but here. So, you know. But me I beg him man them, brother. Yo, him man them now drive within. Probably me only man in Jamaica when I love it driving.
Some of my if it go. Some might have extraness and idleness.
Yeah, but
I go
Vincent,
there to
the thing with Turks, you know, enough of we can hold there. You understand? Then have a space. So I know a few there, you know, but enough of we can hold long this like it's small like, you understand? But I know man, I know quite a few of my brethren them they are TCR. That's what I call it, yeah, something like that. Something. Yes, Scotty, but why I don't know here, man? I know. Samuel, when I deal with the youth. Teacher, I'm tired of the accent. Boy, you rough Empress. I don't know. Every day, man. Every day. You see one vehicle turn over on one part. And because now it is as news and the social media pages that are buzz with these videos and clips and it is I don't know. Yeah,
It's
so
distasteful.
need to get into that too. Because them let me cost them one next time. Yeah, then buy a house where then the government take it from a man where sell drugs like and then convict him for your drugs.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
So where you get it for cheap?
Me no want it.
You then buy a house where NHT repossess?
No, not readily.
Not really. None at all. Me I tell you if
Me not going out a desperate spot. But me only want it because me see trouble there, so.
Do you know that many Jamaicans have died under those circumstances?
Possible.
No, okay.
I wouldn't want it because I would see trouble coming. That's literally see trouble coming at me and running towards it.
YouTube says a good time to insert ads because many people are watching lie. 165 people are watching them. But I want to know when 500 people out the street. But rent, why am I not know about that? Me rich.
Rent it with you 6.5 does my other.
Then I used to collect your rent money.
You're not keep my tenant.
You understand? Buyers shun confiscated criminal properties. I am so surprised. I did not know that would be a thing.
Me not brave.
State having difficulty. I would probably buy if the bank take back one car, you know, a
Yeah.
nice condition and it clean and if me I get it for your money, me buy that.
But
You understand?
yours-
But me not buy no house that nobody take for nobody, sir. Me not depend that. You see me? State having difficulty disposing of millions in forfeited assets. So the government is having difficulty selling millions of dollars worth of real. So the people that want to look things to buy, things are sell. The government is having difficulty selling millions of dollars worth of real estate forfeited under the proceeds of crimes or poker, as buyers shy away from purchasing a farmer's gangster's paradise. Surprise! We have well over $1 billion worth of real estate. Minister of National Security arrest Strong disclose. Arrest by some. But them want to say I can't conflict are interested. During an interview last week, speaking to properties previously owned by criminals. So the effectiveness in the last 2 years, in particular using poker, has improved. So we have acquired property. Okay, sir. Okay, we'll go and acquire property there. We have acquired property recently. And the process of selling them would only be starting for some of them. So it will take a little while, he added. Now, information from the Financial Investigations Division, FID, revealed that between July 2020 and March 2021, it was pursuing the forfeiture of just over $567 million and US $1.53 million in cash and assets held by persons charged under poker. This after successfully completing investigations and bringing before the courts 15 asset recovery cases, including 12 criminal forfeiture cases and 3 civil recovery cases. So the FID also noted that during the same period, there were 6 narcotics-related cases where the value of the criminal benefit was assessed to be over 95 million Jamaican dollars and US $9,000. Wow. There were also 2 cases of fraud involving over 13 million Jamaican dollars and US $1,800 and 2 cases of money laundering in which the criminal benefit exceeded $300 million and US $24,000. There was also a case of lottery scamming in which the criminal benefit was approximately $29 million and US $27,000, as well as cases involving unlicensed security operations and fraud where the assessed criminal benefit was over $52 million. May have a solution for the problem. US we soon give US $1.1 million. You see me? So as it relates to civil, remember if you get a solution. As it relates to civil recovery, the FID noted that there were 2 cases of lottery scamming involving properties valued over $83,000.
Still no one.
And 1 case of credit card fraud with properties valued at approximately $66 million and US $250,000. So, last week the FID promised to provide more data on the current status as well. So, the problem we face with these properties is that if a person knows that a gangster used to own the property, they don't want to buy it. Then do you think, sir? But with the emergence of Airbnb and so forth, as somebody said they want to rent them, I think you will find this could change because people are buying real estate and using them in this element of business. It can be a challenge with property, but there's cash and other assets. I tell them what to do with the cash, which are saleable. Don't move. So the National Security Minister lauded the efforts of the FID and thing. They have just concluded, blah, blah, blah. Long story short. The article long. Watch out. You see how they building there? Turn them into some skills training entities and names.
But it depends on where they are located.
Yeah, man. I know the one where you can turn. Then you don't have to be so technical. You understand? Turn them into some government agency. So if anything happens to them, I go you understand?
I see somebody in the comments and make it be like, Minister they home.
No, but then that's a big conflict of interest that can't work. You understand? And use the cash now for social intervention. You understand what I say?
It's a case where the state has to provide housing for any.
Zine, help to send some youth to school and them fix the road them and cut down and bush them and get water in and pipe them and all of them something. Use the money. You understand? And thing. What you say? You freeze up. You laugh too much, man.
Money.
Yes, Auntie.
I'm saying I always wonder what happens to that money.
To the money? I don't know who asked. I don't know whether, sir. I couldn't told you. So I will see man on course and say, yo, the man never live lavish, because them man they live in a I will see man on course. But put the money to use, man. There are many use it and build some new hospitals and them something. There are billions of dollars in them, man. If you don't build hospitals, you upgrade the ones that are there already. There are many ways the money can be used. You understand? But enough use it for your own personal use. You know. Else I'm going to send Pamela a link. Yeah. But the Airbnb thing, I guess somebody don't know say you buy it because your name not upon the Airbnb rental something I know. Scotty Freezer, and things as you come on. Oh no, they can use it. They can use it. Help Scotty get different internet because I said that's important. She had a good important work around it. I hope Jamaicans learn to speak prosperity on their own nation, doing so. Pride and patriotism. No nation can survive and thrive its own people curses. It's knowingly and unknowingly. Social intervention. But the cash is a good idea. Yes, Ali, yeah man, there are a whole heap of things that money can spend. Scotty! I think she come back. She don't come back. Auntie. So watch out, peeps. Oh, Scotty is back. Scotty. So she not hear me? You not hear me? Yo! She not hear me. She not even look on the screen. I don't know where she look at. So watch out. We have a look some of that money there. We have look some. You hear me? We have look some of that money there for fix Scotty internet. Yeah. Me I hear you. I shouldn't even know. Careful the way you ask around because me I hear you. No, this is not a mic problem. Me I hear her. You understand? She has me can't sing and me hear her try to sing. Mic problem. Me I hear her. Brother, turn on your phone. Make sure you check where I get audio from. Make sure you check where I get audio from, mama.
You hearing me?
Yeah, me I hear you now. You not hear me? So you don't know so me I hear if you not hear me. Then man this man. Somebody type in and tell her to check where audio come from on her computer. Cause I said the guy should not hear it. Me I hear Scotty frog them. Oh, she not tell me so she come off a screen. Okay, so she might hear Scotty frog them. Some people, I'm going to talk about some more things before I go do some editing and some research. Because I'm going to interview going on part tomorrow in one place. You see me? Scotty, your internet shaky. Check your audio, where it's coming from. Yeah, she didn't for check where I got to her headphone. Because she probably will restart her computer, so I don't know. Lock him up! She a call back. Let me see. You hear me? Put that up on screen. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Then me there talk all along. We are look some of that money there for you fix your internet.
I buy one property and sell it.
No, when I buy a property, I said that's not a problem. But tell us we get a little money if you upgrade the internet.
Buy it and sell it back.
Buy it and sell it back.
They now want a big price for them.
Me no business.
Don't want to get rid of them.
But suppose me can't sell it back. You know, my clock didn't
They
say
buy your
about.
stuff with it.
You're right. So you're last user.
That would be sad.
With crime crisis unabated, Chang would have advised against sleeping with doors open, promised.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah. But first thing, you see, why people fool still. Then me can live in Jamaica for so long and you tell me say you are going to make me sleep with mine door open. I not even sleep with the room door open in our house. I mean, living how much as I sleep with the head door that's open. You ain't see them money and fool. Looking at the country's current murder rate, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has admitted that in hindsight, hindsight is what, 2020 vision? He would have cautioned Prime Minister Andrew Holness against promising Jamaicans that they would be able to sleep with their windows and doors open under the Jamaica Labour Party administration. One of your fool.
Sure.
Holness have made the pledge as opposition leader while on the campaign trail in the run-up to the February 2016 general election. At the end of that year, 1,354 murders were recorded. An additional 7,864 people were listed as victims of murder between January 2017 and July 16, 2022. You hear that, Mama? 7,000, almost 8,000 people in a what? 3 and in a 5 years, you know? With the country seeing an average of more than 1,400 murders annually since the controversial statement. And for the second consecutive year, Inside crime ranked Jamaica as having the highest murder rate in Latin America and the Caribbean in 2021, with 1,463 murders translating to 49.4%. Well, 49.4 per 100,000 people. An increase from the 46.5 per 100 for 2020, when 1,301 murders were recorded. Chang, who has held the national security portfolio since 2018, because nobody else not take, you know, told the Gleaner that it's a poison chalice that mama. That water don't get lily don't get thing in and mash up all the political capital if you got.
Nobody don't wanna.
Because no man, it's a poison chalice me tell you, me say. You see nobody improve it since then when they get it like it always end bad.
Who was it before him?
Montague.
Okay.
In a workout. You understand?
workout,
That is one Ministerial that never take. Nobody can keep that in boss. You understand? I don't want that. So Chang, who has held the national security portfolio since 2018, as me tell us, I can't nobody else, Prime Minister can't get nobody else. I forgot to take it. So Chang just take one for your team. I tell her that, but Scott, me tell us, I look on the politics now. I mean, I tell us, him just take one for him brethren. You understand? Just one for the team. You understand? Worse like him know say I'm going to left representational politics soon too. You understand? He must say, here I go. And just hold one for your team. You see me? It's not even Oberman uncle. Oberman nephew. So he told reporters that he would not now encourage Jamaicans to go to bed without locking up their homes. I would not advise them to do that either, sir. When we lock up there, adding that the crime problem keeps him up at night, I'm sure. I guess that is why he's in Parliament sleeping so often. Him now sleep at night. Them can't sleep at night, them all are worry and fret. Yo, have a truth. What you say? The man
You
should
should
have
have said that.
I should have said that.
You should have said that. Keep him up on.
I ask a question many times, Joe. But if I'm going to say again. But I don't tell us that go on. Sir, you see, normally when I talk, you know, listen to me, you know. How many times I have said things that have come to pass? Many times. You understand? Listen, teacher. May I tell you, say, Horace Chang, just take one for your team. Take one, because nobody doesn't want it, bro. Then who you going to give? They did a give Matthew some more. Poor Matthew. Matthew didn't agree already. Scotty, man said, Scotty, man, where you say, teach them, do Chang see. Me no live down a Chang yard in a $5 jerk, man. I don't even know where Chang lives, sir. You understand? So I can't tell you when window they stay. But the man say he's up at night, so I wonder now if that's why they're Parliament sleeping in the days. I will sing it, sir. They can't see. I think I keep it on sing that song together. Them can't sleep on that, them all like, worry and fret. Yeah, man, I keep it on, man. I hear melody that be years, but you can't sing it like Shango.
Nobody can sing like Shango.
Yo. Jaja. Alright, you have the road. Alright, yeah. Be done with the foolishness. Yeah, man. Say, right, you know. Crime problem keeps me up at night. If I knew what I know now, and I was advising the Prime Minister in 2016, I would tell him to hold that statement. Andrew can't hold it him off a ball out. But rather indicate that we will make public safety a good order and good order priority and invest in our security forces, Chang said. He's also Deputy Prime Minister.
But Chang said, if he knew then what he...
You want to tell Andrew to hold it and off a ball out. You understand? One of the things is that a lot of murders in Jamaica are still geographically based. And this is why we have been able to survive in the society. Hold on. And this is why we have been able to survive in the society and grow the economy and still do things in a positive way. Because many of the murders come between gangs and gangs. According to Chang, the Homeless Administration is strongly focused on the fight against crime. I think we have gotten the attention on it. I think we have gotten the attention on it. And sometimes it puts a lot of pressure on myself as minister. A representative of the government, but we are not objecting to it because we have to get on top of this criminal activity. And this is why we are so focused on the fact that we need hard policing to reduce the numbers. It will require legislative changes and then we pursue the medium term. The other social investment required to really get at this propensity of violence in our society, Chang outlined. Chang is of the view, however, that the JLP has not failed in its mandate to secure Jamaica. We have not brought down our murder numbers, but we have not failed at security. I think we have made it a priority and we have made progress. Actually having a more professional police force and interrupting more gangs than any other time in our history. We have taken out more scammers, drug dealers, gangsters than any other time in our history. Big players, said Chan. And we understand it is still going to take sometimes I think some things I see. It's a good thing my head big and I can hold it and I have to ball out. We understand it is still going to take time to get crime down. And I think we will get further movement, but we have to completely build out the police force. Asked if the murder rate keeps him up at night, the National Security Minister responded in the affirmative. Yes, it does. It still does. I used to like reading at nights, but I would get to rest off by midnight. And if I do that, I get up fresh for the day. But pretty much every night it keeps me up. Every night I say Parliament I just do right. I have tried to break that cycle because I get sleepy sometimes in the days. Yeah, you know, say I would have never know if you never tell me. But I stay up to get my last report, which comes in between 12 and 12:30 a.m. to see what the numbers were like that were currently reported, and then I seek to analyze it, which keeps me up sometimes.
14. Where I love her.
So when me talk and you laugh, then why me can't laugh when you talk?
Imagine that him can't go in bed, him have to wait for the report and then him analyze. Him can't sleep with you. Me understand right now. Him so sleepy during the day.
I tell you a song, Shango song go. Them can't sleep for that, they all hurry at the bread. Yo, I have to take my things that you say. Watch out.
You rough.
It's a rough.
You rough out them, man.
The National Security Minister also had a bold projection of his own about the country's high murder rate.
Then, you see now, he must set up himself yet again.
I think we can hold it
Because
firmly.
make no declarations.
Then listen when I say no man on top of that. No, me not laugh after the man and it's just that, you know, you have to just take in teeth cover outward sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? I think we can hold it. Holding firm. I think we can hold it firmly. I think we can hold it fairly level this year. Yeah, I read foolishness. Within that 5% band when compared to last year. With a number of things we are planning to get in, and I think by 2023, we will see significant or what you call sustainable decline once we complete our investment in this. We're expanding the police force and putting in the tools and equipment. And I think the legislation we are bringing forward will help. As I said, there has been progress with that. We know that the new firearms bill is in front of Parliament. The Bail Act is being treated with, and all sorts of things. You understand the Law Reforms Act Well, pork and all of them something. So legislatively, some things, I mean, a lot of things take time, but slow. And there has been a push, I think, very delayed push at modernizing the police force. You understand? But because we're just so far back, it look like nothing now going on. You understand what I say? You know, with the build out of Jamaica Eye and all of them little things there. You see me? Recently with the rapid response, with the man that ride up and down on the bike with the M16 and cross them back like. You understand? Like I show, yeah man. Then for the boat enough man. And as we said, it would be unfair to say things are not being done within the security forces. However, the numbers are of such that it doesn't inspire confidence. You understand what I mean? I say it is so constant and consistently bad that nothing else no matter because the numbers are just what they are. You understand? And it's a constant shock to your system. So it would be unfair to say that nothing will happen, but the pace at which is happening is far slower than how quickly the man them a retool and I find new ways to do foolishness. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's what I think. So I don't know. But we could continue. Yes. So he added, our police commissioner would tell me all the time, you know, Nicaragua picked up 19,000 people to cut their murder rate. We're not going there. We are not even thinking of going there. But if I could isolate 500 Jamaicans who I know are violence producers, I could reduce the rate rapidly. He added, we have a tough, complex problem. That is true. That is true. But this government is committed to investment in all aspects of the problem to bring it under control. We are near there, but we are not there yet. Me not believe so we're near there, sir. But
They're near, yeah, they're near there.
you understand? So near, like Fambo say, I say Fambo, you have a big catalog of hits. Fambo say, yeah, it's big enough, but it's small too. So the nearer, it's not as near as it would so. So the crime problem in Jamaica is complex and we have a tendency to like politicize things. I like how I stay, you know, I don't do the politics thing. I just call a spade and thing and vex. The crime problem is complex. It is very entrenched and ingrained in the society, and the crime situation as we know it today did not happen overnight, and unfortunately it will take some years for it to be cauterized and contained and ultimately reduced. That is the unfortunate reality. As a matter of fact, I will make a projection, because everybody I make projection. It may get worse before it gets better.
If it gets better.
It have to get better, you know, man.
Do you think so?
Yeah, man, it have to get better, man.
Or it just keeps getting progressively worse?
It have to get better. Some things gotta give, you understand? It have to get. I not say it can't get worse, but then it have to get better. Me live off of that little hope there. You understand? My mother say I live.
It's a ray of hope.
And dying constant spirit. You understand? So.
Now this girl died, don't it?
Eh?
The ray of hope girl died, right?
It's not. I don't think it's ray of hope. It's a different program. It's a ray of hope is to come on TVJ, man. I think it's a program on CVM, I think. But I don't think it was a ray of hope it was called. I don't remember. Somebody someone tell me because I know everything, you know. Zane, what may I say? Yeah, as somebody who loves my country, Zane, may I hope, Scotty. Say it get better. It have to get better. Some things gotta give, you understand?
I think it might get progressively worse. There's a if it might get better.
It
or
has
sure
to get
get worse.
But as
It
I
might
said,
get better,
I
but
suspect
sure
it may
it
get
get
worse
worse.
before it get better. You know, the darkest hour of the night is just before dawn still. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's not true. No, just here's to that. That's just so you go. You understand? I can't tell you why to, but what next time? Come on, one of my class.
Busy.
That's the black soap and incense.
Black soap and incense.
In 2017, Jamaica recorded 1,647 murders with a per capita murder rate of 60 per 100,000. In 2018, 1,287 with a 47 per capita with a 47 per 100,000. You know what I'm saying? In 2019, it dipped in 2018. It increased again in 2019, where 1,339 with a per capita murder rate of 49 per 100,000. In 2020, it decreased slightly with 1,323 with a per capita murder rate of 48. In 2021, it increased over 2020 with 1,463 per capita with 53 per 100,000. And up to July 25th this year, 850 murders have been recorded. That is almost a month ago, and look good. You understand? So.
I want me in 21, sir.
In 2021?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I tell you the incursion.
People did. 2010 and the Tivoli incursion.
But teacher, something.
Yeah, more people did. What do you mean?
Mighty God. We did find a story of about him and the escape with a car.
I'm not even, because this older now, so I'm not even getting, it's been a while. Everything you find funny.
That we find
You know, see
funny.
how serious days in our country.
Sure.
These are some serious times.
Which part? Where's the
All
lockup?
I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to realize. Eh? Tell us, I got tune for days. Where you talk about lockup? What do you mean I
No,
say
this
something?
woman
You know a
is-
tune? Who sing a tune? Who sing a tune?
You know who sing it tune. I see him there sing Poverty.
Egyptian sing a tune.
Egyptian. It's because me have to stay up during the night.
Yeah,
I wait for the final report.
I take everything for joke. Yes.
Yeah, they say everything kinty covered, but
We need to stream consistent because I don't know.
you are the one at fault. Let's not go into it, please. Let's not argue about it.
So you tell lie and extricate yourself.
I did not lie.
Okay.
Alright.
Man freed of gun charges after witness, and I'm reading this for a particular reason. Man freed of gun charges after witness fails to show a trial. And the point what me want to make with this is that, a lot of times some cases fall through and we say, yo, the man guilty and him system corrupt and justice system this and that. Sometimes you just need to read the fine print. Many cases collapse because of the availability or lack thereof of witnesses. Sometimes witnesses decide that they're not interested no more. Sometimes witnesses become what you call hostile. Yeah. And the cases collapse. And what I want from my viewers, I don't know about other people's viewers. I talk about my viewers. I want us to be cognizant of the fact that emotions are overrated. You understand? As people, and I am guilty of that sometimes too. We get
We all are.
overly emotional, and as such, our ability to rationalize and think logically is crowded because we are emotional. Many times when we said corruption this and corruption that and judge get money and this man get, sometimes there's just no witness or the witness just decides that them now go no further with it.
No,
And there are times when witnesses disappear. You understand what I say? So sometimes, you see, the channel was called Teach Them for a couple reasons. Well, one day when we get the full gist of that. And it would be remiss of me, you see, I know so there are emotional people amongst, even tonight, right now. You understand? And as me say, I suffer from that too, sometimes. But I try to temper it. You understand? And even when I don't like the result sometimes, like I look on the thing and I understand it for what it is. See? And we need because I am of the view that intelligent people, big people watch my channel. You understand? But some of us are still so led by what we hear other people say instead of thinking through the thing for ourselves. See, we are so reliant now on what a person they say versus seeking the information. So there's nothing with listening to our next man saying or a woman saying. But you have to also get the information for yourself, analyze it, you understand, and formulate your own opinion or viewpoint. See? But from some man or woman say it is gospel according to the word of John. You see me? We need to understand that again, and as I always say, the court of law and the court of public opinion are two different places. You understand what I say? We can try the case in the public court as much as we want and also work in the court of law. You understand? So we need to be cognizant of that. A St. Andrew construction worker accused of shooting at his ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend has been freed of gun charges. The charges of illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition against Sheldon Robinson were dropped in the gun court after the complainant failed to show up for the trial hearing twice and could not be located or contacted. Robinson, who was also accused of breaking the female's foot, was also freed of assault. On the day when, it was a Thursday, when the case was called up, the lead investigator gave detailed evidence of his efforts to locate the witnesses, all of which have proven futile. Consequently, the Crown offered no evidence and a formal not guilty verdict was handed down by the judge. Allegations were that on September 10, 2021 at about 7:45 p.m., the couple was at a round-robin party at a bar in Kingston when Robinson and his friends came along. The female complainant further alleged that while there, she saw an enraged Robinson quarreling. Based on Robinson's attitude, she said that she became concerned and went in search of her boyfriend, who had stepped out of the bar. The woman said that when she found him, she told him that she did not like how Robinson was behaving and that they needed to go home. While on their way home, she alleged that Robinson came out of bushes and fired at her and her partner, and they both ran and sought refuge in her sister's house. Robinson allegedly also threatened to murder her. However, according to a police investigation, there are a number of typos in this and number of missing words. Investigation found no spent shell at the alleged scene, and residents in the area said they did not hear any gunshots. In respect to the assault charge, prior to the alleged shooting incident, the complainant had reported that Robinson had broken one of her feet. So was there a medical... I don't know. So you see, that case is kind of complex. But say, it's all about what can be proven in court. It's not about how you feel or how you feel. It's about the rule of law. Them say the man shoot after them. Residents say them no in a shot. No spend cases to report. I don't know if the man fire. But if you made those allegations, then you got a court to testify. So they say the man broke your foot. Then you still can't walk. Understand. So sometimes these things are so technical, Zane, and there are multiple different ways of looking at these things. So we just get so caught up in the hype and the noise. And that is one of the reasons why, I mean, apart from being extremely busy, I'm tired many other times. I haven't done any regular videos recently. I just can't deal with the noise sometimes. It is too loud. I just can't bother. You understand? And because we now come here and chat off my face and be detective and lead investigator, me just, cause sometimes just sharing the information vanilla don't work for people. You understand? I remember one time my brother said, yo man, what kind of value you add to your viewer? Man, move up, brother. You understand? I am sharing information. So if you don't want information, credible, factual information, then take for yourself. You understand what I say? So, yeah, I don't even know. I slingshot the man use. Yo, we have some other things that we want to talk about today, but say, yeah, what go on? May I go? Eh?
A night.
Night I come. Lawyer withdraws from rape case against St. James based pastor.
Oh
Jason
boy.
Rose, the St. James-based pastor who is charged with the rape of come on, the camera alright? Eh. With the rape of a teen girl, will have to find new legal representation as his lawyer has pulled out of the case. Now, Tamika Spencer Anderson asked the St. James Circuit Court to remove her from the record. The case against Rose has been set for a mention on October 3. The
What
pastor,
happened?
his wife, Kimi, and the teen's mother, whose name is being withheld because the complainant is a minor, are
How is
before the
that
court.
case?
Yeah, man. In addition to the rape charge, Rose is also charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice.
Justice.
And then charged him to be a pervert too. So, two are his wife and the mother of the teen girl. The court vacated a warrant that was issued for the teen's mom over her failure to appear. In the case against Jason Rose, allegations are that on May 28, 2021, the complainant, who was 15 at the time, reported that she had been raped by the pastor on the church's compound. The teen reported that she went to the church to use the internet for an educational project. Following the pastor's arrest and charge, Kimi Rose and the girl's mother were arrested and charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice and breaching the Child Care and Protection Act. Some people will do anything for them pastor, you know. The allegations in relation to that matter are that on June 10, 2021, the girl and her mother visited the police's Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse to give a statement that the child's initial rape accusation against the pastor was not true. Imagine your child tell you say pastor rape her. And then you take a child gone back up, Sissoko gone tell them say a lie pick me at them. While being interviewed, the complainant reportedly explained that she was being forced to give the second statement by her mother, Jaja. The accused pastor and the pastor's wife in order for the case to be, well, I don't know, something wrong. The complainant's mother was arrested on that day and Kimi Rose was arrested the following day. Yeah, man, pastor. Daycare operator faces 40 sexual grooming charges.
Oh boy.
The operator of a daycare facility who allegedly was found in possession of 20,000 sexual performance enhancement tablets has been charged with sexual grooming of a 13-year-old. That, however, may just be the tip of the iceberg as police are said to be close to laying an additional 40 sexual-related charges against him. We're asking that he remains where he is based on the magnitude of investigations, the prosecutor said, while urging Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague not to offer him bail. The prosecutor said that offering him bail could affect the police investigations. There is evidence of a witness who was at the police station giving a statement, and the accused, while in police custody, was interfering with the officer's investigations and sent a voice note to the witness. So I'm in custody. Okay, never mind. Telling the witness not to speak with the police and to increase their age. Basically to tell the police that the child is an adult. He was obstructing the police officers, the prosecutor said. The name of the accused man is being withheld as its publication can result in the minor being identified. When he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court, the prosecutor said sometime in September 2020, the man, despite being told by the complainant that she was a minor, took her to a pub and gave her alcohol to drink. He then proceeded to touch her on her breast and vagina. It is further alleged that the man, who is 51 years old, then took the child to his house where he kissed her and offered her $10,000 to have sex with him. A report was subsequently made and the accused was arrested and charged. The sexual grooming charges is an addition to other serious indictments that have been imposed on the operator of a daycare facility in respect of the 13-year-old. He has been arraigned to answer to allegations of cruelty to a child and sexual touching. The man, who was remanded in custody until October 10, also faces charges of breaching the Customs Act. It's at least a problem right now. This is in relation to the allegations of 20,000 Viagra and other sexual performance enhancing tablets were allegedly found at his house. He had in his possession some medical things, and those things, the duties were not paid on them. And those medical things are not available for ordinary people to purchase. Oh, that's why we can't get no Viagra. in a wholesale or on the shelf, the prosecutor said. They didn't know say regular people can't purchase it, like. The prosecutor said the accused has some medical issues and would need the Viagra tablets for medical use.
So much more?
He dog have heart problem.
So much Viagra?
They man are treating heart problem with Viagra.
Sure.
Then you know how much Viagra man use one time? Eh?
No, you say you're looking for buy what's the dosage? One a day?
Have to be hard. Maybe arthritis.
Whatever. Anybody in the chat, what's the dosage of Viagra? One a day? Who in the chat?
Yeah, but separate than
I'm Finai.
So you can't feel hard here with Viagra.
What's a Richie in there, Finai in there? Them always have information.
They always have info. Richie, what kind of info you have for Viagra in your family?
Some just ask them if them have no.
Empress Moonlight, I can't speak to that. I would hope so. But you see the daycare thing, any man can set up one daycare, and I don't think they are registered. I don't
They
know.
should be.
Well, right, but I don't think all of them are registered. So that is, I don't know. James Bond say I have Eddie.
What did you say?
If Mama asked. James Bond said, what are they? Yeah, say what are they? What are they? Jaja. The same info we Google Viagra don't know to this. Okay. I Google you man thing there. As much as I ask you angry Jack say, you the love of foolishness. One can be taken half hour before activity. Okay, cool. Anyways, we don't do the foolishness today. But a serious note now, 40 sexual related charges the man face. You understand? And this man run a daycare, you know. You understand the magic, boy? I tell you. Ah, boy. Viagra was developed for pulmonary hypertension, not for the stiffness situation.
I think I heard that, yes. And that was you know, the eureka moment. They just find out say you can't do that.
Oh.
But that wasn't the original intention of it.
Well, it look like you were caught.
It seems to have.
Then say, look here, I always say about this pill thing, you know, when they advertise some pill, they say you could have a heart attack and brain hemorrhage. And then you could have cripple and then sick, and you could have dead. Then I don't know why I take one pill where could have killed me. Then you take pill to get better. You don't get take pill for dead like. You understand? Check your physician before. I don't love that. You understand? So any pill me have what take with me instead side effects there. Me go and soldier it out. Hopefully my body can recover. You understand? I don't depend on it. You see me? But you never see some of the advertisement there, brother?
No man, I know. Some of them decide.
Right now, some of the advertisement there, not only you are going to dead, but all the gunman are going to dead, and them the side effects upon them, you don't even know. It's depend on them pill. You understand?
Some of them side effects are crazy. You wonder why you're going to take it.
So, Viagra now give man a heart attack and then sit there, man. Because the heart can't manage the blood flow. Viagra is for a young guy. Alright, Jared, yeah, sad. No, Patrick Bailey, lawyer. That lawyer where a dead man's body was found on his couch in his house. Oh Lord, prepare me. Attorney at law Patrick Bailey has been struck off the list of attorneys allowed to practice in Jamaica. The disciplinary and then related to that situation, the disciplinary panel of the General Legal Council handed down its decision recently. Last year, the GLC suspended Bailey over a complaint against him. I don't know the nature of the complaint. Auntie. Teach him like you with a strong heart. Have to cut what it for.
That's all like you could have double up if you
Black Mamba, where are you doing? Big up yourself. Yeah, that's sad. Keisha highly blessed. One of the like Centrum for men.
A lot of young men are taking it though. You, Richard?
Yeah, man, that's what you think going on the
You
street.
don't say.
Man say, I Google info come from.
Yeah,
Richie, my friend, and I want to go and set up Richie about there. Right, so he has been disbarred. And as I said, it has nothing to do with that case and those allegations and so.
Something different this.
No, alleged kingpin charge with importing illegal guns. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says it has put a major dent in the illegal firearms trade with the charging of a man described as a mastermind behind the recent illegal importation of 21 guns into the island. Godfrey Martin, otherwise called Rev, a 51-year-old businessman of Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, was, I think, last Wednesday charged with conspiracy to illegally import firearms and ammunition. In a statement Wednesday, I think we had a discussion once, so there is no charge against this, you know. But alright, never mind. But so in a statement on Wednesday, the JCF said Mr. Martin was arrested in Ocho St. on August 7 by detectives assigned to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Branch, CTOC, following intense investigations which featured several lines of inquiry. The weapons were seized at a warehouse in Kingston on March 4 by members of the Jamaica Customs Agency. 18 handguns and 3 rifles and more than 2,000 rounds of ammunition were seized. Yo, the article is full of area. Yo, no editor of the place, am I getting it? 2 men based in the United States have been charged in the case. Let me soon tell you what for them problem. Mr. Martin is scheduled to appear in front of the gun court on September 16 because they are in such a mad rush to compete with vloggers. Everything is a race. You understand what I say? So no detail. So I could look on Rev a bit and in congregation. Accused mastermind gun smuggler Rev charged by the police. So the 51-year-old businessman accused of being near has been charged. So he has been charged with conspiracy. You said that already. Boom, shot with it. Apartheid G did there. Yeah, I know that one I read. It's sitting in Apartheid G, Apartheid. Reeks of corruption, that one I read. Now, circumstances under which alleged crime boss got gun permits trigger high-level probe. A Sunday Gleaner probe has uncovered troubling details about the processes that resulted in 2 alleged crime bosses getting gun permits, one of which triggered investigations into several high-ranking members of the police force. An unnamed suspected arms supplier to the underworld had 2 gun licenses. Gun licenses, yes. While Anthony Daniels, who is facing extradition to the United States on drug trafficking charges, had 1. The firearm licensing authority, FLA, has confirmed. The disclosure have triggered public outrage and demands for an explanation and persons to be held accountable. Daniel's case was the more egregious and reeks of corruption and whistleblower charge during an exclusive interview with the Gleaner. He had convictions in the United States for drug trafficking crimes at the time he applied for his gun license in September of 2013. But he checked the no box on the application form when asked whether he had any criminal convictions in Jamaica or overseas, according to the whistleblower and records reviewed. The application was approved by the FLA Board of Directors in April 1, the following year, and he was given a permit for a 9mm pistol, records show. Anthony Randolph, a businessman with no criminal conviction, submitted his second gun permit application to the FLA in 2015, much like his first and third application in 2009 and 2019. It was rejected because he could not convince the state agency of his need for a gun, he recounted. Yes, what God is. They came to my house, inspected my safe, talked to my neighbors, and visited my place of business, probably a neighbor in MG, and I still didn't get it, Randolph said. It is like the lottery. You have to be lucky to get it legitimately. Me not think so still, but say alright. A month after Daniels got his gun license, and let me clear up that. I'm not saying that based on experience, I'm just saying that enough man have gone, boy, quite a few thousand people. I don't remember the exact figure, I got my seat recently. You see me? A month after Daniels got his gun license, a report dispatched by the National Intelligence Bureau of the Jamaican Police to the FLA Board exposes assertion that he had no conviction or a lie. So they never check out that fully before him get the permit. Mr. Anthony Daniels was also deported from the United States of America in February 2003 for conspiracy, and 2, possession with the intent to distribute marijuana, read a section of the NIB report dated May 2014. It took almost a year, but the FLA board, chaired at the time by Robert Gregory, took a decision to revoke the permit while leveling scathing criticisms at Daniels. None of the documents seen by the newspaper had Gregory's signature. Intelligence report revealed that the applicant is not considered a fit and proper person to be armed. He was not truthful in completing the application form as it relates to his conviction abroad, the board said, explaining its decision. The revocation was communicated to Daniels by a letter dated March 5, 2014, which again underscored that he was not truthful about his convictions. 4 days later, according to the whistleblower and documents seen by the newspaper, the ex-con wrote to the FLA board indicating that he was extremely remorseful for the mistake he made about his convictions and requested that they reconsider their decision to revoke the permit. This serves to say that not being truthful on the application is a serious offense. Not to mention the fact that the crime I was charged for abroad is a serious offense, he wrote in the letter. I am fully rehabilitated from my offense abroad, as it is almost 20 years, and I have been a model citizen since that time, he added. The FLA reversed its position and restored the ex-con's gun permit on March 12, 2014. This is 7 days after them revoke it, mama. 1 week, you know. The applicant was interviewed by the board. He was contrite and apologetic for his past history and the concealment of those facts, the board said. He is now considered rehabilitated and the license previously granted is hereby restored, the director said, explaining the reversal for their initial decision. Gregory acknowledged that a drug conviction is one of the factors that should disqualify an applicant from getting a gun license. However, the former FLA chairman said with the passage of time, he had no recollection of the 2 controversial cases. I'm rich and happy now, I remember that. I just have drink and a flask. And then that's, I remember this in there. He explained that at the time, the board was approving or revoking nearly 400 permits annually. What I would advise, and I would love to speak to it, is to get the file for the gentleman because the file tells the whole story, Gregory said. I know, but and this is the thing, there are people who don't have a record. Police never hold them waist. They never put on a salt and cuff on someone and them not get nothing. You understand what I say? So herein lies the problem, you know. What I will, we say that, so. I know, alright, let me read this one and say. I know someone want to put my signature upon nothing that is adverse. He insisted, defending his integrity. But you were chairman of the board, sir. Daniels 50 is one of 4, who is 50 is one of 4 men who were arrested during a series of pre-dawn operations in July that targeted top-tier players in the transnational drug trafficking syndicate. I thought he was rehabilitated. Local law enforcement officials charged. He was held on an extradition warrant. Oh, Uncle Sam want him. From the US, where officials say he's wanted for a conspiracy to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine and 2 counts of distribution of 5 kilograms or more in the state of Pennsylvania. Daniels has indicated that he intends to challenge the extradition request. The suspected arms dealer's permit for a 9mm pistol was also approved by the Gregory-led FLA board in 2013. He was given a shotgun license in 2015, records show. But according to the whistleblower, the permits were granted mainly because of an intelligence report NIB sent to the FLA that shockingly gave the alleged founder of the St. Elizabeth-based 90s gang a clean bill of health. This man from 90s, the high-ranking officer who signed the report is still a serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and is among a number of senior cops who are on the investigation because of it, the insider said. Now, several senior persons in the JCF are being questioned, said one source. Now, according to police records, the unnamed individual was deported from the US on March 29, 2009 after serving a 2-year prison sentence for a drug trafficking. I mean, him name out there now still, but because he has been officially charged. You understand? Information that should have been captured and maintained by the NIB, the National Investigations Bureau, Intelligence Bureau. See, in addition, local law enforcement operatives charged that it is an open secret that he is a very dangerous figure who leads an extensive guns and drug trafficking syndicate and has been on the police radar for over a decade. This was information that was available to NIB that they were aware of at the time they sent his clearance to the FLA, the whistleblower said. Shane Darling, Chief Executive Officer of the FLA, declined to comment for the story, saying there is nothing to add to what he told the country in February. The FLA continues to do what is necessary to purge the system, he said. The FLA boss told journalists during a press conference on February 15, I won't know all of that on it. Right, so, FLA again. Look, I drink, look what hot out of my lens.
Take a sip.
And see that are the problem now, Scotty British. Because you have people who have no criminal records, who have no adverse traces, and for whatever reasons, they one G link me recently, I say, yo, him man almost in a tears, I say, him apply, and him do everything, and the investigation go through, and they reject it, and then not tell him why. I say, just apply again with G, man. Then you understand? And things. So some people take it very hard. We have a gun culture in Jamaica, and man want them two. You understand? Them piece of iron throw up against them balls just and then grind corner and then leave it whole life. You understand? So it's a thing. But then if a man don't have a criminal record, Scotty, there's no adverse traces on him.
Why
See?
is it even?
Why? But as me tell you, sometimes your woman
He always say that.
and I always say that's what them says that too. So, and your neighbor or somebody where your name have a little thing. You understand?
I don't know.
Yeah. But boy. Man say him not sign up. No signature. I never kill or fly or smoke. Throw your leaf. And cannot get a gun license. Firearm. Nothing wrong with the cold steel in your waist, bro.
My child.
Peeps, may I call it this, sir. It's night come. You understand? It's been a, well, how may I get that? That now gonna make no sense. Yeah, it's been a while. I have missed it. And thing. No, remember saying, I stream without a 2 times, brother.
1 time.
2, bet me.
What's the 2 times?
No, what I not. Bet me that stream money.
1 time I wasn't well.
Brother, just bet me.
Oh, 1 time the internet. But technically, my
3 times. One next time you got money.
push money on people.
Let me know. I never did it. You can't.
Stop saying that. Stop telling lie on me.
Peeps, big up on yourself. It's a joy. Like as I said, the stream is important on many levels. It builds the community, it builds the family and thing. But sometimes it is just, and even on Sundays, so because like Scotty schedule all 4 interviews for 1 week sometimes, and sure me have to do the research and do interview with them. Plus we have to edit. And then something you understand? So them alright, all them do a schedule, you understand? So it's rough sometimes, you see? And I think the week, I think one of the things we kind of throw out is the whole merciless thing, regard the setup, and then God attribute something, and then what if something. And a couple of weeks now I've had 4 interviews for the week. Thanks to Scotty no less. And things, so I think but we're there. May I try see, but at least the Friday night stream need for continue, It is important. As I say, I kind of get a time for air out, and because I want to do some regular videos sometime, but the time, because for example, so I'll have an interview at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, because Scotty schedule it for 10 o'clock. See? So I spend tonight, I research, I edit with Amir. See? Then Amir and I go sleep till 2 o'clock sometime. I don't know what I'm up to look for. See? So then by the time I wake up at 8 figure the 10 o'clock interview, or do the interview, and then by the time I come in, look a bit, me crash, because I'm tired. I never get no sleep last night.
Yes, yeah, at night.
Yeah, I stay up at night, keys me up, you understand? I can't sleep at night, me all worry, you understand? And then now by the time that, I have an interview for edit for Sunday or Tuesday, plus me have research that interview there again, and then but me not complain, it's not like me I complain, because it's a joy. You understand? But you know the other videos, them videos are important to the thing, and you know sometimes some people want to hear what teacher say about that and them something about. And then the streaming kind of feel like gap there, and then when I stream because Scotty busy, and then sometimes.
Oh, me gonna man, yeah. Stick to your story. Stick to your story.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak it.
Yes, right, no, you right. Stick to the story.
No. Me don't say that long time. You decide to come back with man argument. I mean, don't depend on man argument to them, mama. You understand? So me done with that long time. So you must know, and then you see people that say I'm in trouble. I need a security job. You understand? So most time when me put on Amir like 2 o'clock, 2:30 sometime. You understand? Because a man where sometimes when I'm rock him to sleep, he not sleep.
Mr. Chanka, Amir can help you. Really?
At the time when they sleep at the time. when you not there. So guys, like I know some people like James man, you know, say your brother you get lazy, you get rich and happy.
You're committed to doing better.
Yes, I am. You understand? It's just the scheduling sometimes. Sometimes some interview opportunity just pop up. And you just have to take it. It's just so it go.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? I say some opportunities like I'm on way forward in the island and them link a 2 day or
3 days.
And you just have to make it happen. You understand what I mean? So I just say a thing or sometime and then you kind of throw off some things. And so as James Van Love say, Master, I'm your editor. I look forward to the day. I look forward to I'd pay him handsomely. You understand? So I just saw the thing, and I like say, as James Bond said, me get rich or happy, or me get comfortable or lazy. As a matter of fact, you want to work with some weeks, like it's crazy, man. Like me have interviews on a Thursday, generally, and then we have the original dancehall Thursday thing. Like me always did I say, me now go to say every week, but I look at things they important on a number of levels. You understand? It kinda what you call that now? What the word I look at? I struggle to find the word from what do you know? It kind of complement the interview situation. You understand? And them look at things there. Plus, some artists come the way you need to find. So, what if I look at things? You understand? Plus, I work where I work. I can relate. My schedule is more than usual, busy and very hectic. Yeah, man, it's rough, bro. But as I say, when I complain, I give thanks. Because the work, you know, and by the sweat of your brows, you shall eat bread. I don't really love bread still, but I like other things. You understand what I say? Yeah, so.
Bun.
I don't like bun, I don't like bun.
You like bun?
What do you mean to me like bun? Me I tell you what me don't like, me I tell you what me like, I tell you what me don't like.
Whatever.
Yo! What's going to happen when school starts? Scotty them and leave. But I keep a secret for you. I won't be working in September.
Where's that?
That's as much as we can tell you. Yeah, man. So, who don't like bun? Me don't like bun, sir. Then you have me tell you like, so I like bun. It's got to freeze up and I cuss you, I can't cuss you. Peace, big up on yourself. So me soon, because the dancehall Thursday for this week, I don't know if I'll get it ready in time for tomorrow evening or for Sunday evening. But Sunday service at 12, I'm like, oh. Sunday service at 12. Teacher real whistleblower. Yeah, man. Sunday service at 12. That's what they call it, Sunday service. That thing is a shalom. Baby, I've got news for you, that shalom. You understand? And Tuesday's interview is one of my favorite interviews so far. Like, me laugh right through. Boscovex, you're not going to be disappointed with that. But original dancehall Thursday, now I don't know if it will be Sunday evening or Saturday evening because I have an interview tomorrow. I still not done edit that yet. Because I come in this morning and one more person. So, and about 3.5 hours. By the time I don't edit it, it might become more 3 or less than 3 hours. You know, some good thing there. So that plus me edit Sunday interview already. I start edit Tuesday interview. So a lot of work. You understand? I know some people that teach and didn't forget an editor, but the thing with the interviews and editing, and let me say this again. Sometimes some things are said in the interviews that it is not safe other people hearing it. That is just it. Some things are said sometimes because sometimes a man comfortable, a man will say some things that they will link. And most time I know, said, look here, so fine. When you're in the hype and the sensationalism and them something, that can't say. You understand? But a man will link me, teach, a bread, should have been the nationalist. So if you farm out the editing sometime, and then Scott if you learn to edit, every day she says she have to learn to edit, and I don't know. I not hear you, because you're not saying nothing. Anyway, so I them look at things that peeps. Right, so with the interviews, I'm kind of delicate sometimes. You don't to understand. Trust me. Like Scotty can tell you what you don't understand. You have to know if you know. You see me I say, and sometimes some information just you don't put it in a certain hands. Because some people disingenuous, you know. I mean I mess up my thing certain ways either. You see me I say? Because I'm not fool, you know. Time jump but time no fool, you know. You understand? Yeah man. Made no big for nothing. Scotty internet I give her a beating. And she's a working lady, you know. She work 2 jobs, she can't upgrade her internet. I mean, no, I said trouble them still. Just take her when she come here. You understand?
Oh boy.
So I couldn't tell her. Peeps, big up on myself. If me I hear you now. Thank God.
Okay, good night guys. It was a pleasure being here. I look forward to seeing you Sunday night. All things being equal.
Hold on.
Hi, Mr. James.
What you mean Sunday night? Me telling me I stream Sunday night?
Oh, you're not well, you see, they know. And here it was that I was the one who was the problem.
No, but me don't tell us the Sunday dancehall Thursday good as I go show something I got premiere interview Sunday in a middle day. Show dancehall sitting Sunday evening and go stream again. That means a robot.
Right, so guys,
No, hold on.
I'll be here.
Me. Oh, battery me work over. Me plug in. Okay, alright. I am a family man working for my children. I am a family man. Eh?
I saw something with him since then.
Not about Everton? Oh,
yes,
okay.
I go through some airport in Manindata. Somebody goes out. Everton have a young woman.
Yes, I am a family man, miss. Working hard for my children. Then, do you understand? Then I can just...
I'm a family woman.
Peace, be soon.
Good night, guys.
You have relatives. It's a relative woman.
I'm a family woman working for my children. You don't know nothing about me.
Obviously not. Obviously not. Next thing they call me if you be a reference, you get checked. Because I don't know nothing about it. Peeps, be for yourself, be soon. Enjoy your weekend. Miss you know, but we are trying to do better. I'm committing to do better. You understand what I say? Now a Friday night mission, I need to knock off one of them time, yeah. We show some support around one part. But say me try to do the streaming around one part. You understand what I say? Peace. Big up on yourself. Appreciate the support. And we're there, yeah. But tell us I have a tune very thing. I just can't sing them. You understand what I say? So what good? Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you soon.
Good night, guys.
Definitely on Sunday. I'm trying to get out dancehall Thursday for tomorrow evening, but it's very tight because as I said, I've interviewed to prepare for tomorrow and them something. So easy, but you will see it. But definitely Sunday 12 and Tuesday 7:30. You know when I'm trying that. Well, we don't miss Tuesday 7:30 for definitely. You understand? As a man say, prime time that. You understand? So we don't miss that slot there. But Sunday now kind, you know. But you know, we got it right here. We have some interview put on Puna. So
Smoking marijuana, we just don't care.
we care. The views expressed by Scott is not the views of teacher. What good? Step with ya. Safe travel upon the gravel. I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.